Good afternoon. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, I love your support messages. They're adorable. You're adorable. How about, speaking of adorable, hello, Don K. Speaking of deplorable, hello, Siren. Just kidding. Love you, Siren. Oh, I'll tell ya. Wow. Oh, no. You just got hit with some very bad storms. Oh, that's not good. I mean, I don't know what kind of storms you get where you're at. If it's like tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever. I don't know. I kind of live where we're spoiled with that kind of stuff. I mean, we get tornadoes, but I don't think you're going to see a tornado hitting down in downtown Denver, like the outskirts. Um, I think we get tiny, tiny, tiny earthquakes. Actually, I heard that when Taylor Swift came to Denver and she was at Mile High Stadium, that there was so many fans that filled up the stadium that it caused a small earthquake. That's what I heard. But in my opinion, I think that was just Amy getting up to get a beer. So, hey, Machete! Thunderstorms, rain, wind, and you can't even see out your window across the street. Oh, damn. Be careful. Do you have a tornado shelter? Holy shit! Becky, I didn't even know that. Happy 7-year anniversary to your channel, June 27th, 2018. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? Damn, that's really cool. That's tight. Damn, that makes me want to celebrate, you know? Makes me want to go down to the local liquor store and give me some drinks and fucking celebrate, you know, because you want to know what else actually? Fucking June 27th was also one of my sobriety dates years ago, you know. But what better way to celebrate if you're a meth addict than to go down to the grocery store and wait for that man off grinder to hook you up and sell you some drugs? Damn. I wanna fucking celebrate. Oh, hey Irma. Love you, Rosalang. Um, Rosalang, if you're interested, I'm trying to get the troops together here. We're supposed to have a Clout Chasers 2 phone call today. I've got some stuff to do. I gotta go tan and run some errands, but you know, unlike some people, you actually have your original channel. Yeah. Well, apparently, we're all going down, Becky. Yeah, because people don't. Well, we'll get into that. Love you, Perspective. And Becky, just so you know, I love you. And Rosalie, I love you too. Damn. Ooh, and Katie, I love you too. Hey, Wyoming. All right, guys, gather around. Let's get into some shit, eh? Wow.
No, no chance, chance, no, no dance, no chance, no dance, no chance. Don't give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! My
Damn, 51 months, 15 months. Thank you. Baby love, is that really you? Hold on. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hey, sorry about that. I had to verify that's really baby love because when my there's so many people I never gave my wrenches back to that when they come in and then I forget to go back to the stream and add it. So I have to do it on the spot or I forget. Thank you, Wyoming. You guys are sweet. I really appreciate that. You know, the things that people value in life, especially on here, um, I mean, it's pathetic. That's really nice. And like, had hard times and done fundraisers or whatever. You guys have like been really sweet, but like I think it's very obvious. There's some people that come on here, Natasha, to boost their self esteem and their self worth and validate themselves. Of course, get money, but on top of that, just try to hide and nurture that angry, heavy set, very, disturbed, chubby child inside, you know, and that would be Natasha Cooper. Uh, I could barely listen to bullshit she said. Like, I will go over and listen just to hear the nonsense what she's saying. I could only listen for a couple of minutes because the only things you hear. Hey, Marissa, hold on, let me give you a wrench too before I forget. The only things I hear is she's like telling people, nobody likes you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody loves you. It's like, who the fuck are you, bitch? No, the right people don't love me. The right people don't come around in my life. The right people stick around. And the right people stay around. Because I allow them to. All right, fool, hold on. By the way, folks, Marissa's back, so go subscribe to her channel. um Molly Golightly. Now coaching by Lightly. Ooh, we got what about I liked your Molly Pardon, but what about like have you ever thought of just doing big juicy? You know? Going back to your roots? I was showing Oscar your wife swap episode again last night. He's so fun to hang out with. Natasha has to have extra support put under the floor to support her in the Hey, you know what? Love you, Gladys. I try not to be mean to people immediately. Uh, okay, hold on, Marissa. And my close friend, especially Marissa, she's like, I told you about these fucking people. I told you about these people. My problem is I have to go by my experience always. Okay, Marissa, hold on. And I always fucking end up snapping on people because look, hold on, I'm gonna drop the link in just a sec. Look at what happens. What is all of this? What's everything that's happening right now? You know, contacting my courts, my exes, my parents, uh, just reaching, right? Reaching for something to try. What, are you suicide trolling me, Natasha? Is that what it is? Because that shit's not gonna fly with me either. I'm a pretty fucking self-loving person, and you're not. She says things like, like, what if I was on heavy drugs right now, you guys? What if that was the case? Nobody loves you. You're an addict. Nobody cares about you. Like, what the fuck are you? No, Natasha, that's you, bitch. Even if I was pushing a cart on the motherfucking street, I still have enough faith in God that I know that He'd make me comfortable. You can't say the same. All right, hold on, Marissa. Um, oh, and I think I figured out why I keep choking. So since I don't have insurance anymore, along with my, the Effexor and stuff that I stopped taking, which I'm so glad I did. I also had to stop taking my severe heartburn medication. It's called pantoprazole. I need to fucking get that back because my esophagus, I wake up choking every day. And I think that's why this cough is taking forever to go away. Love you, 71. I think that's why. But, and then, they're talking about, like my court case tomorrow. And while I was live, they said, oh, your ex is in her chat. Dude, I don't care about that kind of stuff. Do you see what they're doing? They're trying to get things to stir up between me and my ex, and that's not going to happen, dude. I moved on from that life. It took me about a month to cry and to get over, my animals and everything. I don't care. I have no hard feelings towards that person anymore. And I got a really weird message a couple days ago being like scolding me for stuff. You have to understand, dude, I'm going to talk about my experiences on here. Even about the guy that rapes me. I'm going to fucking talk about it. I don't have hard feelings towards that dude either. I don't fucking know him. Oh, yeah, Wyoming, it's bad. My acid reflux is freaking terrible. Marissa, turn on your camera just real quick so I can see if that's you, because I'm on my phone. You know these haters like to go to town, huh? I don't know if you could hear that, Marissa. Let's do this. One sec. All eyes on me, so VIP. All of my dreams from the sky drop like confetti. All right, let's try this.
I told you.
Hello.
Me. It's me, stupid.
Oh.
God.
Oh shit.
Are you at that
How you
point where
doing?
you trust no one to even jump on your channel anymore?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Robbie, I feel so bad. So the reason I was reaching out is because one of my Patreons called me and said that, well, when we talked, you were laughing and having a good ass friggin' time because you weren't on YouTube yesterday when you called me. You were just hanging out at your apartment with friends, but
Yeah.
now that you're letting them ruffle up your feathers, and we've talked about this so many times.
Yes, we have. Well, so I have court tomorrow, right? I told you
Yes,
that.
yes, and I think it's going to go well.
That's crazy you said that because your intuition is usually good,
I'm
and I have
always
another.
right, and I hate it.
Well, my friend Darling Nikki has always said that too.
She's a cutie, yes. No, she's gonna be fine.
Well, apparently, I'm gonna get the electric chair. That's. I mean,
Um, I
well,
don't think that. I don't
Marissa,
think
it's
anybody.
YouTube.
I know, and this is not honestly. I feel so bad that I ever, you know, told you to start a channel
Yeah,
because
you
I
should have
don't
let
think
me
that's
stick to my
because
shitty music.
I know I should have stuck to yeah. Oh, I'm a narcissist, and
Hey,
you
you
know
like
what?
that
I love
song?
that song. I love it. I'm a narcissist. You don't want to see me, bitch. I'm a narcissist, and you don't want to make my list.
You know what's funny about that is after all the shit talking you did, like you suck. I never thought you would have my lyrics memorized.
Oh my god, I've sang that song so many times on my own stupid channel.
I
And I didn't
know.
even get a strike for it. And I was gonna take a strike, but apparently YouTube doesn't care about Save Robbie's music.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're like, please take
No,
it,
they
run with
don't.
it.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So what? So are you going to be coaching on your channel? Is that what the coaching is about?
I'm gonna be doing different things, but I did make a video towards that Brittany J chick because she's completely in the wrong. So
I don't know what's
I
going on. She's one of my moderators and friends, but what's going on with that?
I have very little knowledge of it. Get out of here.
I know that her and
You're
Granny
not giving her
uh,
flowers.
do what?
All right. All right. I was just yelling at my kids. Sorry.
Wait, who's he giving
What the
flowers to?
frig?
Big
The
Juicy?
freaking girl. Why do you call? Oh yeah, because of that stupid show. Do you know that
No,
nobody
Thea
ever
loves
really
you.
called
She's
me?
like, Big Juicy's here.
Oh my god, thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Thea. You know what? No one ever called me Big Juicy. So when that show actually aired, and I didn't think that it actually would, but I didn't realize what a big show Wife Swap was back then. Um, I I got a lot of people on my Facebook and messaging me. Even my family was like, "Why did they call you Big Juicy?" And I was like,
Hmm.
we just did it for the show. Me and Princess acted as if that was my nickname because we thought it would help us get on the show. Like to get on that show, it's kind of hard because you have to pack. You all have to pack. Like you have to pass background checks. You get a drug test.
So
They
I wouldn't
test
make it.
everything. Not tonight, not tonight. But you know what I mean? Like they even ran a credit check. Yeah, yeah. And
God damn.
yeah, it was crazy. So I didn't think that they would keep us in, but yeah, they wanted to keep going with the Big Juicy. And at that point, I wanted to be on TV so bad back in that era of my life that I would have
Yeah.
went along with anything. And I did. So I think it's hilarious that people call me Big Juicy. Did you know that there's a girl that wrote a song about me?
Hmm.
You did?
Wait.
She's actually kind of a
No, no, no,
big
no. I
deal.
haven't heard
She's
it.
like, you never heard the Big Juicy song?
No.
She's like that old lady from Big Basin. Shake your hair, Big Juicy, baby. Shake the hair, Big Juicy. She calls me an old lady. She calls her shake those big old tits, Big Juicy. It's like a dum, dum, dum. It's kind of like a my neck, my back kind of. But Aisha Kohler, I don't know what her name is, but if you look up the Big Juicy song,
Yeah.
it comes up and she's totally talking about me. And one of her best friends reached out to me a long time ago and said that she wrote the song because she thought you were so cool, but then she found out you voted for Trump. Swear to
Oh.
God. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, that's usually how it
that's fine.
happens with guys on Grinder too. I actually had this guy from Grinder at my house a couple months ago, and everything was great. He like we got along really good. You know, the
Really stuck
hookup
it
was
in
good,
your
all that.
ass.
No, I'm the top, ma'am. And then he's like, "Wait a minute," because I told him I'm going to be getting a hamster, and I named my new hamster Trump because he's a boy. And this guy went on a whole political rant, and I'm like, oh, "Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. Have a good day. See you later." What is Gay Network Association?
You
Hi.
want to know something?
What?
I would rather hammer nails into my toenails to the floor than fuck a
Hmm.
liberal. They are so weird. They're so out
Well,
of touch. They're so weird. They're filled with hate. I could never sleep or hook up or date someone that would. But the thing is you're in Denver, so they're all brainwashed out there.
not only that,
I
but I
mean, think
mean,
about
a
it.
lot of the LGBTQ plus whatever numbered letter, uh, a lot of them are. So, like, my choices are kind of limited. So, I get really excited
Yeah,
when I meet
I
like a
get
gay.
it. It sucks. But I have to say, a lot of my gay friends that I've had for years actually are conservatives. And they're like, you know what? I have a business. I pay taxes. I blah, blah, blah. He was like, I never felt like he took away my gay rights. He goes, I don't care about men playing in women's sports. That doesn't affect me. He goes, and honestly, he goes, most gay people, I'm sure you're going to think that too, are a bit turned off with the whole trans thing. Had they not, because most gay LGBT are saying like, oh, we want to just stay LGB, but if it's the trans people, and the thing is that they just don't want the way that the trans go at it. I mean, there's the way that they do it is just so extra, and it's in such an aggressive way. That's not how you get heard. It's kind of like when you're in an argument with a person, which you get into an argument with everybody on your channel every day, but when you're yelling over people, don't expect people to hear you. You know what I mean? I can't understand
Yeah.
you because you're not making sense. And then the gay community, just remember that the gay dudes and the lesbians, they were born gay. Princess was
Well,
born gay.
it's what JD Vance
You were born
says.
gay.
I was. I mean, let's just call a
Yeah,
spade a
you were.
spade. But
You
when
don't want to
JD
have
Vance was
sex with me. You didn't even try to make out with me. I couldn't believe that you didn't try to make out with me. I can't believe you didn't even try to grab my boobs. You didn't do anything
no,
with me.
I
And
mean,
I
I
thought you were
think
going to be all over me.
all the gay guys at the bar were grabbing your boobs
Were
because
they?
gay people like, we
Yeah,
just like
they're
boobs.
allowed. But they're allowed.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if my
But
husband
no,
saw
what
what I
JD
was
Vance
doing,
said,
he would just roll his eyes.
he's
Go
hot.
ahead.
But
JD Vance.
anyways, JD Vance said in an interview, I think it was with Joe Rogan or somebody, I forget who, but he said it very blunt, but I understood what he meant. He said, normal gay people just want to be left the fuck alone and live
Yes,
their
they do.
life. And
Yes, they do.
like a lot of people were like, oh my God, that's offensive, normal. And no, what he
It
means,
is
like
true.
because there's a lot more levels when it comes to the trans stuff that us
Uh,
gay people, we just don't understand. We just want our rights and to be able to just fucking chill,
but guess what? You want to
Thea
get
wants to grab your
right? You
boobs,
can
by the
get
way.
married, and guess what? Guess what? Why don't you advocate for the gay rights and be like, yeah, everyone's fighting for gay rights, and now I'm stuck in this fucking marriage and blah blah blah. And it's fucking now I don't get to be a fucking straight person. Now I can't get out of it. I should have just never fucking gotten that. Like that's the role. Like if I was gay and I got married and my lesbian wife and I'd be like, you know what? Screw this. I was better off just being one big old, you know, I don't know what kind of lesbian I would be if I was, but you know,
Lipstick.
you
Lipstick.
think I would? Huh.
Well, you have your butch moments though.
Yeah.
I think you could definitely be the alpha, but I think definitely lipstick.
A secret, but you can't tell any of the people that like that, you can't tell any of your subs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You know what I am? I I like
What?
I'm attracted to Angela Bassett and Queen
Brains.
Latifah. No, Queen Latifah and Angela Bassett. I
Those
think,
are good choices.
oh my God, they're so beautiful. Like when Angela Bassett's on 911 playing the cop, I don't hear a
Yeah.
word she's saying because she's so fucking pretty.
On a side note, what do you think of J Love coming back to I Know We Did last summer? Speaking
I
of
like Jennifer
911.
Love. I like Jennifer Love Hewitt, but she won't do a fucking con, so I can fangirl the fuck out of her.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't do cons. Neither does Sarah Michelle Gellar. They're bitches.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is, I think she comes off as a huge bitch. Have you met her?
Yeah. No, no,
Oh, you
no.
haven't? And
I
you've
never
never
met
met
Jennifer
J
Love
Love?
Hewitt, but Princess did. Princess used to work at the Nordstrom in the Valley in LA, and she used to go shopping with her mom. And he used to sell shoes at the Nordstrom. He was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "Marissa, she's so sweet, and her mother is like, they're so close." Like if Princess was here, he would get on and be like, "Oh my God, I love her." And she said that Princess said that she even remembered his name when she went back. She said, "Hi, Princess." He goes, "I was dying."
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because she was on
I
Kids Incorporated, you know? Kids
I think if
Incorporated. You don't remember that? Okay, you're too
no, I
young. I
think that's
forget.
a little bit before my time.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe.
I'm old. Robbie, did you know I'm 50 now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because
Do you know
Oscar
that
was asking me how old you are. And the reason that I showed him your wife swap is because you posted a video on your new channel of your husband and he was wearing glasses, which I still think he looks hot, like the lead singer of Weezer. And Oscar's like, oh, I don't know. And I said, no, he's hot, trust me. And I couldn't find any other video of him besides wife swap. You better
You
watch
know
out,
what?
Marissa,
Age
because
is
I'm gonna steal your man.
he's got a weird quirkiness to him, but I'm a sapiosexual, so yeah, you knew that. You know I was a
Oh no,
sapiosexual.
no, no. Your husband has the perfect quirking. Like he's hot. because he's manly. Uh, he was in the military, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you could tell because just the way he holds himself, and he's smart, and he's
Yeah.
hot.
He was an officer. Did you know that? I
No,
married
I
an
don't think I knew
officer.
that part.
Yeah, he went to
That's
West
hot.
Point. He's really fucking smart. Yeah. Yeah. He's really smart. But he's
Um,
actually more than just smart. He's a good person to have in your corner if you need him. If he's been very good and fair to Princess and very tolerant. If it wasn't for my husband, Princess would not be alive.
well, yeah, because
He
you guys
gave
kind
him
of
a
helped him
job.
through
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
addiction, right?
And the thing, I hate to tell you guys this, but Princess is on borrowed time. He's a very, very bad alcoholic. And I mean, it's so bad that, I mean, with the kidneys and yeah, he's always puking. He's got a weird smell coming out of his pores. They
Oh,
kept
yeah.
him in the hospital 3 weeks ago for 4 days. They told him that his kidneys were failing. And what happened was is he checked himself out because he was withdrawing. And then I went over there because I was so worried about him. They said he had COVID. I even saw the paper. It was the first time he showed me the paper. And then you're not going to believe what he said. I have it on video. He said, Marissa, he goes, the situation gets worse. Adrian didn't tell me. He goes, my liquor store is going out of business, the one that he can walk to because he doesn't drive. I was like, okay. And he
Wait, but
goes,
that could like be bad if
yeah,
he's not because he needs to drink, right?
yeah. But the thing is that location, like, let me tell you something. If you needed a place to stay, you running that Airbnb, you'd go insane because where it's located is in the gay district. So they all have gay pride flags. My husband's smart. It's on the river and it's in the area where all the bars,
Look at this.
restaurants, clubs, it's
Look
in
at this.
walking distance.
Right out my window. Do you see that gay pride
Yeah, so you're in a
flag?
good.
I live in the neighborhood downtown.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Yep.
yeah. Are you getting around like, or are you a whore? Yeah, you are. Yeah, I can tell.
Well,
Mhm.
yes. Well, okay, Marissa. Okay, listen. What do you think of this? So I like when I first moved out, like in March on my own. I went balls to the wall, balls in the balls, balls against the balls, balls in the holes, balls everywhere. Right.
Balls deep.
I mean, my house was full of men daily. Yes, absolutely. And then, so just to protect myself, like I ordered, condoms, and I also ordered like a sex doll. Okay, not like a full size one, but they sent the female version first. So I'm like, oh, I need to mail this back. They said no because you're not allowed to do that on Amazon. It's a health hazard. Like,
Oh my
and I was like, but it's
God.
unopened. So they gave me the female for free. They also mailed me the male for free. So I have a thruple here. And I actually had sex with the female sex doll the other day
How
because
was she? What did
the
you
other
name
one
her?
was dirty. And I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and give this a ride. Oh, she doesn't have a name.
You should name her Marissa.
You could name her if you want to.
Name her Marissa.
Um,
And then when you get mad at me,
hey,
you can make videos where you put thumbtacks and you just write things on my head. That would be a great video. No?
well, no, she doesn't have a face. They don't have heads.
Oh,
But no,
okay.
I could name her Big Juicy.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I like that. Put a one
Yes,
in
I
the
did have
chat.
sex with the female sex doll.
How was it?
It was interesting. I mean, good for you, ladies. Wow. I was saying that the
Thank
other day on
you.
my stream. I was like, wow, good for you.
Thank you, Anitra.
No, this one is so the male one is from it. He has like abs and then a huge dong and then a
It's
sweet
a
little
huge.
ass. The the female is actually she's kind of like a full body with no head, but she's like so small. She has boobs and everything. Yeah.
You know what would have been so much fun? And I'm not gonna lie. I remember some of my best lives. I'm not. You know what? I'll pull your chain because you won't let me. But some of the best nights that I ever had on the YouTube was weird things that you would never kind of really remember. But I remember when I had Oscar on my panel, and he was like queering out, and he was being so extra, and that's how he really is. I think that if you had him on your show a little more, I mean, he's the opposite of Siren, because you know how like Siren's all fucking serious, and like
The
even a
Siren's funny,
bottle
but
of
he's
fuck.
more quiet about it.
Oh my god,
Oscar's very loud about it.
sat in back of he sat in back of me like in the car with Kendall. He's in Denver. He sat in back of me, and I was just waiting for him
Siren?
to like decapitate.
You should have decapitated her, Siren. Marissa.
And watch me sleep.
Oh, there you are. You cut out. You cut out for a second. You
Oh,
want to know
because
what Oscar was doing yesterday?
what was he doing?
So I also have a penis pump, and I got these all natural like Viagra pills, and I was like, "You want to try them, Oscar?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was on a video call with Darling Nikki, and so Oscar gave her a full demonstration because it's his first time using a penis pump, and I was like, "Okay, Oscar, let us know how it goes in the bathroom." He's like, "No, no, 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 come in here and show her." So I had my phone up to his
Come in here and
junk.
show her.
Yeah, he was
Come in
pumping it
here
up,
and
and
show her. Oh my god.
yeah. Oh my God, Beck Del Real, that's a good idea. I should
Oh
have
my
them do each
god.
other.
Can I ask you a question? Is there really a reason why you two have never hooked up? Is it because he's just like gayer than Gay Gayerson?
No, he's like, it's the same thing as like, Siren. It's like, I don't like that would be like me having
No, but
sex with
Siren.
you. Like,
No. There's a difference. Everyone knows that Siren like legit loves you.
well,
That like people could
I
say
love him
Easy
too.
and Cork and Easy, they're both lesbians, and I know deep down they would give me a fucking kidney because they love me so much. So Cork and Easy are your Siren. You get what to me are what Siren is to you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's like Wyoming said. They're like my brothers. Like I love them like brothers. It would be
Wow.
like me having sex with you, or it's just
Ew.
see exactly. There you go. I mean, you would enjoy it, but would I? We got to
Oh,
think
I think
about
you
these
would.
things.
Can I tell you this? When I was like 23, 24, I was working at Godiva, and I was like on my way to I was assistant manager, and I was on my way to being like real manager. And all my little gay friends from the club came in, and they brought this new guy in, and he had like blue eyes. He was tall, muscular,
Ooh,
blonde hair. I mean, he was so chiseled. He was perfect. And when I tell you, like, you know how like you see someone, it's kind of like Twilight. Remember the movie Twilight when Robert Pattinson walks into um the cafeteria for the first time, and Bella sees him, and she's like creaming herself.
can I pause you
'Cause
right there just real quick? I turned off Twilight as soon as they said the words "I love you" because I was completely against relationships back then. So I've never seen it. But keep going.
But you saw him walk in, and your heart kind of stops. No,
He's a little bit too clean cut for my taste, but
well, he's
sure,
a dirty
I'd
ass.
still.
He's dirty, doesn't shower, so get
Oh, I'll
over it.
take him.
Anyway, I went to the movies to see him. I never heard of him, and when he walked into that cafeteria, I thought about that guy Jeff. Anyway, Jeff, when he walked in, I knew he had to have been gay because number one, he was with a gaggle of gays from the club, and number two, he was just too perfect. Like his haircut was perfect, his eyebrows were perfect, and he was actually really sweet. And we ended up spending an insane amount of time together. I mean, bad. Like my stepmother and my brother and my father were all like, "You
Mhm.
two are just a little too close. Is that your boyfriend?" I'm like, "No, he's gay." They were like, "No, it's a lie." So anyway, I loved him. I loved this mother effer so much. And we end up going to this gay club, and they see him with me, and I don't know what happened, and he kissed me. And they said, "Jeff, when did you turn to fish like that?"
Ah,
So and it was like, this was a gay club in Naples, Florida. So it was older men.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the Abbey, you know what I mean? It was like a mixture, but more of like older guys. And anyway, we ended up going back to his parents' house because he lived with his parents. And we got, you know,
Down
drunk.
and dirty.
Well, it wasn't supposed to happen, but in a way, it was like it kind of messed around.
Wait, hold
But
on a minute. Did you steal his gold star, or had he already slept with women?
he had never been with a girl.
So you took
They
his
didn't
gold
want
star.
to. And I, in my head, I thought, I'll be honest, I thought in my head that I mistaked the friendship and the closeness and like I mean, it was emotional to me because, I mean, he just made me feel so good that it was like I wasn't going to take no for an answer.
Right.
So what really happened was we were in the bed together and we were just like goofing off. And somehow my head ended up down there. And he went, "Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, my God. No, no, no. God, no," like that. And I stopped. I stopped. And so I was like, "Wow, you really don't like women." And I left it at that. And nothing really ever happened again for maybe 25 years
What? 25 years?
since I've known him that I've known him.
Is Marissa cutting out for you guys? You're cutting
And
out to me.
it's been, yeah, I'm 50. Seen him, but he did come out. I was in a dead zone. Now hold on. Hello?
Okay. Yep,
Hey.
you're good
All
now.
right. Am I back? All right.
Yep.
So I'm in a dead zone. I'm going on my way to go get myself a cold pop. And I hadn't seen him, but he did go visit me in Vegas when Jake was really little. He couldn't believe I actually owned a house and had a baby and an actual husband. He couldn't believe it. And he's doing really well. But after that whole thing, after that whole time, like maybe months after that night, he said in front of like three other gay guys, he goes, "I'm not gonna lie." He goes, "I did do something with Marissa." He goes, "I did."
Oh.
He goes, "And I had to stop myself." He goes, "Because I was worried." He goes, "You think guys give good head?" He goes, "Get with a fat girl." He goes, "It's
Oh
true."
my, he called you a fat girl?
He goes, "I'm not calling you fat, but you know." And I'm like, "You did." And I am fat. Because I
You're
was
not
fat.
fat right now.
Are you there?
Yes.
No, I'm not anymore. I'm not now. But I was back when it happened. So it was before I got 100 surgeries and lost weight and everything like that.
Yeah.
No, but he did say it. He was just like, I didn't know because he didn't immediately say it. He just went, "Oh, no, 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 no." And then
That's a
at
good question.
first I
Hold on.
thought that he
Pause.
was liking it a little.
Marissa, wait a minute. The true validation of if a man is turned on is what Hazel I said. Was he erect?
Yes.
Then he enjoyed it.
Yeah. And when he basically at first he had to say, "Oh, oh, no, 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 no." And I thought that he was doing it as like the way I took it, I mean, was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "Oh no, this is like," but he was giggling. And then when he said, "No, no, no, Marissa, I can't, I can't." And right when he touched my shoulders, I knew to like, "Oh my God, like he's dead serious." And I don't want to be forceful or make him feel like I'm invading him. Like it happened so quick. Like I knew that boundary had, I reached the tip of that iceberg and like just back off. So
Yeah.
but he did months later, and he said it in front of other gay guys. Like he was like, "I had to control myself."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's definitely got that bisexual bone inside of him. He was
Yes. He did. Yeah.
resisting.
He told me. He told me that years after me, that he met a woman that was blonde and she had big tits. He goes, she wore these high heels and red lipstick. He goes, and when she walked into my bar, because he owns the bar, he goes, now that is a woman that I would fuck. He goes, I had her back at my house that night. He goes, it was incredible for like the first 4 minutes. He
Well,
goes,
you want
but
to.
then I realized this is not my thing. He goes, plus she had such a shitty attitude. He goes, I didn't like her because she really thought she was all that. That's what he said.
I have a current fascination, and I'm incredibly intrigued because another thing that I've been doing to, you know, protect myself from getting STDs and stuff. Have you ever heard of gooning?
Gooning, like the Goonies?
No, it's called gooning, or Bader, Bader bro. So this thing, I came across a bunch of guys on Grinder that they have this on their profile that they're Bader bros, and I'm like, what is a Bader bro? So I invited one over, and I found out what a Bader bro is, and
Hell
I
yeah.
have hung out with straight or bisexual men. They come over, and we're Bader bros. You bait together, and you goon. Gooning is like where they are straight, but you're kind of turned on by their fantasies, but you're not really doing anything. It's very interesting. So I'm very in touch right now and very close to bisexual or straight men that like to come over and you know what
Has
this one
anybody
guy
ever
said?
called you a has anyone ever called you a predator?
Yes, every single day on here.
I'm sure
Yes.
every day, right?
This one guy, okay, and I said no because I am against this, by the way. I do not support cheating. He messages me and he is gorgeous. Okay. Perfect body. Looks like a movie star. He's like, yes, Wyoming, exactly. And he says, I am discreet. I have a girlfriend, but I would like to come in with you blindfolded and just, you know, ram it in my mouth and then whatever and then leave. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I don't feel comfortable being blindfolded as a man comes in my house, especially after what happened. I said, you're hot, but that's fucked up because you could bring something back to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, she knows that I've found men attractive in the past. I'm like, yeah, but does she know that you're doing this? I do not support that. So have fun. Yes, it is edging too. Yes, there's the edging community, which I've edged with people. Do you know what edging is, Marissa?
No.
It's where you get to you get close to climaxing and then you stop. You edge it and then you just keep going. Which isn't that what every man should do instead of being a 1 minute man? Is shouldn't they edge?
There's nothing worse in the entire fucking world than a fucking guy who can't. I, any guy, oh my God. That is the biggest turnoff in the
What?
world. The guy that can't keep a heart on.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hate that. Like, oh,
Amy's husband can't get hard. She's very open about that.
oh Jesus Christ. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it's
sad.
around her, but she looks in his phone and he cheats on her with other women, so he can get hard with other women.
That, oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all.
No, it's not.
I would be hurt if Adrian was like, yeah, I can only get it up if I look at other women. But no,
Right.
Adrian's against porn. Can you believe that?
Well, no, that's a good thing though. Like porn is very addictive and it causes a lot of problems in relationships, but also
Psychological, yeah.
I think it also causes a lot of problem with single men and women as well because it becomes like a fantasy world and it could be an addiction. I love porn. Like it's hot and like sometimes it's like, oh, this is a little bit over the top, like ridiculous. It's a waste of time and it's very lustful.
Did you stop worshiping Jesus?
No. Why?
I feel like Satan's got a grip on you.
Well, that's probably just because my mother's been all over YouTube saying shit. People don't like. Here's the problem, Marissa. people don't like that. One day, years ago, people were preaching to me nonstop, and I have, and I always say this. This is one relationship in my life that I can always have 100% confidence in, is my relationship with God. And this one time, these people were making videos about he can't be, Christian. And I don't call myself a Christian. I have a relationship with Christ. I don't like putting a label on it. And so they were doing all these hateful things, making videos, but they were like preaching the Bible to me. So on a live stream, and people hold this against me to this day, and I don't care because I stand by the message that I had with it. I took the Bible, I said, listen, I said, if you are using this as a weapon, but you're not applying it to your own life, then it's just a piece of paper to you. And this is basically what you're doing, is you're ripping the Bible up right in front of people's faces. And so I started ripping the pages out. And I even took a lighter underneath one of the pages. They're like, oh my God, he's burning God's word. I said, you're not getting the metaphor here. You are burning God's word because you're using it and you're not even applying it to your life. So you might as well rip it up yourself. Don't sit there and protect the Bible when you're not even, abiding by what you're preaching to people. And people freaked out. But I will tell you, the devil, he has been trying real hard to get under my skin. So he's definitely present. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he's there, and he's been there for a really long time.
Yep.
And one
Yeah.
thing that I despise about you, and you actually said it before I came up, and that's why I wanted to come up, is
Hmm.
you said I'm just one of those people that has to see for themselves.
Yeah.
Like you always got to find out the hard way, and that is actually self abuse. I used to be like that sometimes. There are people that have been so evil that they've quote slipped under my radar as well. But
Yeah.
for the most part, you don't want to go around in life dismissing everybody, because when you start doing that, eventually you're going to run into the right people and dismiss them. But you just got to not take certain things personally. But I think that there's an attraction with you where there are some people that you get under their skin so bad, and they want to dim that light that's around you, because there is a light, and I've seen it, and I'm like, that's what they hate about them. They're like, they don't like the freedom. You have that kind of thing that I possess, like you have that thing going where I have a certain quality that gets under people's skin. And what it is I could totally be myself unapologetically. And a lot of people can't, and they struggle with that.
Well,
And
and you could do it under any circumstance, because that's also what I was saying before you came up, is I have so much faith in God that I don't. I'm not materialistic. I think people think because I joke a lot, like I'm not. Like I'm a jeans and t-shirt guy. I don't know name brands. I could be homeless on the street and still find a way to make it work and be perfectly content. And people hate that. Like this has been the worst year of my life. Like it was one thing after another ever since January. And it's like people, they don't like that I've been resilient and I've been
right,
able to be like, okay, that sucks. Well, now I'm gonna have to
yep.
start over in my own place and do all this.
But and
And
look
they're
how
just
quick you did
reaching.
it. I was impressed that you did it so quickly. To be honest with you, I didn't think you'd be able to get yourself together that quickly. In fact, when you were doing, a collection for money, I was worried that you were gonna buy unsavory things with it. Now, I'm
Well,
okay with you
here's
buying
the
a blow
thing
up
though.
doll, but not
I've
crack.
never had to spend my money on drugs. Like people, they don't. When I was doing
Oh,
drugs, it's a hookup drug. It's a sex drug. All you got to do is find a guy that thinks you're hot on Grinder. Boom, you've got drugs.
there's a woman and her daughter listening to you, idiot.
Who?
They're in the gas station. I'm trying to get a cold
Oh,
pop.
sorry about that. I'm just
Oh,
preaching the word of the Lord over here. I'm sorry. Hey AJ. Hey AJ. We were listening to Hillary Duff last night, and I never realized how much you remind me of Hillary Duff. But okay, so Marissa, wait, I'll wait till you get out of the gas station, okay?
I just gotta pay my 99 cents.
Let me know when you get your cool pop.
I got me a Coke Zero, biatch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to get me a cool pop. Isn't that your
Cold
favorite lady?
pop.
Ain't nobody
No,
got time
but
for that.
I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and I thought somebody was barbecuing. And I said,
Oh,
"Oh
yeah.
Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Go ahead,
Oh,
I'm
Lord
listening.
Jesus is a fire.
And I ran. I didn't grab no shoes and nothing. Jesus, I ran for my life.
Okay,
And
so
then the
did you get
smoke
it in a
got me.
bottle, the can, or the fountain drink? We must know.
Always fountain.
Yep, that's the way to go. Yeah,
It
AJ, it's
hits.
a. I can't
It hits.
post. Can somebody post Marissa's new channel? AJ was saying, is that
Thank
Molly?
you. It's coaching by Go Lightly. I think it's. I don't even know. What the hell is it? I don't know.
Okay, Marissa, so you were. First of all, you are the reason I have a channel.
Yes.
Natasha Cooper likes to take credit, like people. She's the
No.
reason any of us have channels. So she said something that I'm like, you were around for this. She said that I went to Mexi because he had a channel to steal his
No
subscribers.
way.
Do you remember how
She's a
Mexi?
lying sack of shit.
I
She's a
introduced.
lying sack of literal shit.
Yeah.
Because Mexi came in the 11th hour.
Well, she doesn't realize Mexi and I have been, we were friends outside of YouTube like for 20 years.
Right.
And he
Yeah.
didn't have a channel, Natasha. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I
No, he came
Molly
after.
helped and me helped him build his channel and he did great, by the way.
Yeah, that was
But
me and him. And he said that he wanted to do spirit boxes and take it on location. He had a nice following when we did that meet and greet that you did not show up to. He had his night. We were all in different corners. I had my corner, and then we the whole restaurant was booked. Every table was booked, and it was all just for us. It was empty when we got there, and Mexi had a nice turnout, and so did Critical K, and everybody was there for who they wanted. And then people were coming up to me. I'm always freaked out at a meet and greet because there was this one lady that was just like, I'm afraid to tell you who I am, but I really want to take a picture with you. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah. But yeah,
well I
I
could
did get
finally,
people saying,
you
I'm going to
know,
resub you again. I was mad at you because you put the stickers on your boobs.
well, what happened. I could finally say publicly because I don't work there anymore. And that's why I never said what happened. But so the night, the reason I didn't go, well, first of all, I said I wasn't going. And then you guys
You did.
talked
You
me
said you
into it.
weren't going.
And I was going to go, but we had our fun with Kendall and you and Pretty with Pistols the night before. And so that night before I went off to my hotel room, I remember somebody was saying something like, we're going to call the police or whatever. I was like, I'm not fucking going tomorrow. I don't care. And I ended up going back to my room, getting on Grinder, finding a guy who had drugs and hooking up. And I was high all fucking day,
I know.
having sex.
I know you were. I
Yep.
remember the hotel. I remember Siren tagging along. Pretty with Pistols is fucking nuts. I remember you two gallivanting around the hotel, getting on the bulls and shit like that.
He was
Well,
fun.
honestly, we all did have a really good time. I had a
Yeah.
really good time. I was just so very, very, very tired. I mean, a lot of people have to remember that when we went out to that club, I wasn't even dressed to go out. I was wearing jeans, a Hershey Kiss shirt, and flip flops that I had just bought at downtown Target. Legit, because I always wear high heels. And Mexi showed up, and I think his wife was there too. She was a cute little thing. Yeah, I met the wife. And that's after you like exploded on them.
Yes. Yeah.
I really wish you didn't do that. Like
I
that.
know.
Yeah, that was so bad. That
No,
made.
we're good now. We're good. Like him and I are good.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
He's not a bad
I,
person.
no, he's not. And I mean, that, again, that started from outside moderators and people that were trying to get us to fight. See, when that had happened, which is his business, it wasn't even supposed to be online ever. He had told me a year prior about, his issues. And I didn't say a word except to two people
I know you
a
didn't. You
year
didn't.
later in a car. And I was like, yes, just so you know, this is what happened in his marriage. And then from there, boom, it spread like wildfire. And I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
But, that was like, what, 5 years ago? That was a long
We've
time ago now.
we've been on YouTube for a really long time. I had that 2 year break where actually I took a 6 month break and I was at D Live because I was making all the money there. Because let me tell you something, those crazy web streaming services, you got to get on them when they first start because they pay out like fucking a motherfucker. Honestly, there's a lot of crazy rules with YouTube. And the thing with Natasha Cooper coming back 100 times, YouTube really doesn't care if you keep coming back. They really don't. They
Yeah, they
just
don't.
want you to follow the rules. It's not anything personal. My husband made friends with a guy from Trust and Safety, and he's up in like San Jose, California. And he was like, I ended up finding the reason why my channel, and don't say it, came down. And then we got round two again, all based on, this one was based on a lie. The other one I can understand. But I understand. But I think that I should have had it taken down? No, I think that they should have just they could have just exported the data and they would have had everything instead of taking
Hmm.
it down. But they wanted to hurt me, and it didn't hurt this time. Didn't hurt this time because you want to know something? My Molly Go Harder, whatever it was, or uh, I don't know what it
Molly
was.
Parton.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going live when I'm cooking.
Yeah, you were just chilling.
Uh, I know, and I wasn't going after anybody. I mean, I went after Bullhorn Betty in the beginning, but I got that out of my system. And I want to tell you something. Look at people like Natasha Cooper, okay? Look at people like Bullhorn Betty and all these people that have caused us, headaches. We'll just say headaches over the years, right?
Hmm.
Are you following
Yes,
me?
big time.
Look at their quality of life. They have completely depended on the generosity of others. And that is such a dangerous thing. It is so
Yes,
dangerous. And it is so, look at Gray Hughes over there begging for money, making a fool out of himself. And people are just watching him beg, and they're getting off on it. Like
I
people
didn't even
are
know he
at
was
it.
still
There's
around.
web. Well, he's a fucking loser. He bought a whole bunch of subs a couple years back, and he totally, what do you call it? He kind of tanked his channel in a way. If you go over to Gray Hughes, he's got like 20 people, but now that he's been begging, he gets more people.
Oh,
Yeah, he just
well,
begs, but he's not getting money. And the way he
okay.
treats his people, you don't treat the people that follow you, you don't call them idiots and dummies and say, hey, he's over there threatening, I'm going to end this if I don't get money. You can't do that. You should be grateful that people want to spend their time with you. Because remember, time is the most valuable, element. And guess what? It's the same thing with your haters. Why does Natasha excrete so much hate towards you? Are you doing something wrong? Because when I was executing my shit with Bullhorn Betty, I
Hmm.
had a purpose and a reason. I was trying to tell people, listen, I got this bitch figured out, and
Yeah.
everybody should know what I know.
You want to
And
know what happened?
go ahead.
So, the whole reason for Natasha having my parents on her panel, for reaching out
What?
to my husband, yeah, for reaching out,
No.
yes, reaching out to my husband, contacting the DA in my case, filing my divorce papers, like the whole reason Natasha's doing all this to me is because my good friend, Darling Nikki, who I've never fought with on here ever, I think we've had two little tiny arguments for like 2 minutes, literally like 2 minutes. And So Natasha and her, they don't like each other, and they started going at each other on both of their channels. And Natasha was blowing up my phone. Nikki's doing this. Tell her this. I said, I'm not getting involved with that. I said, if you want me to help, I can try to mediate privately, but that's not my problem. I love you both. I loved her at the time. I'm not getting involved. Natasha started dragging the fuck out of me. The first thing she went to was me being raped, making jokes that my bed sheets are shit stained and all this stuff. And yeah, that's what caused all of this. That's why she's going on a rampage. Natasha needs full loyalty. She is validated by subscribers online. She's validated by numbers online. And Marissa, you know, because you started my channel. When I was doing my music on my shitty music channel and nobody was watching, did that stop me from continuing? No, I enjoyed doing it. You told me come over, and because you thought it was like entertaining the way that I spoke. That is why I started a channel. I didn't do it for money. I didn't do it for numbers because I was perfectly content with zero fucking views on my music.
You don't want to see me pissed, bitch. I'm a
Which I'm a
narcissist. Who says
narcissist.
shit like that? That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, yeah, I had to take that and run with it because I'm really not a narcissist. But yes, so Natasha, her currency on here, and you're a nobody, okay? If you, and it's funny because the higher your numbers get, the more she'll raise the bar. Oh, you could only get 200 people in your chat. You could only get 100. It's like, who gives a fuck? How
Ew.
many people can you get into your bedroom, Natasha Cooper? And I don't know if you
Oh,
know this.
ouch.
How I don't
Ouch.
know if you know this or not, but her boyfriend dipped out. He left. Do you know that first she was flirting with a 17-year-old? It's on camera everywhere, all over fucking YouTube. A Pakistani 17-year-old boy. But now her boyfriend of, I think they've been together 10 days now, is 24 years old. He's Pakistan on TikTok. And she's gonna fly him out and he's gonna move in with her. What do you think of that?
I don't believe you. Why
Oh
would
yeah,
she?
no.
Why would she
He
tell someone that?
well, his name is Sweet Cheeks, and he comes on her panel and and they can't even understand each other, but they're in love.
So basically, he wants citizenship.
Bingo. Oh my
Yeah,
god, dude.
I'm a
You
life
nailed it.
coach. Fuck, I'm a life coach. I deal with this shit. Everything's different every day, but no, I see right through people.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
look, Debbie Doll, you are on point because that's what she does. I try, and Marissa, you know, like I'm the older I get, I'm trying to be smarter and have boundaries when I'm like, because I always like to forgive people, but you don't have to let them back. And what Debbie Doll said is accurate. That's what she will do. She said in private, I told Natasha or expressed concern about something she said in private, and that night she ended up doxing her and dragging the fuck out of her. That's what she does. She cannot stand opposing views. And the issue is, you know, having a personal friendship like I did with her, I didn't need to do this shit online. So she can't have a conversation. I would reach out privately and I would try to talk to her and she wouldn't respond, but she sure as hell has no problem going on in front of a lot of people and fucking making a big show out of it.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I never really gave her the time of day, so
Well,
when
because you see right through people like that and I'm dumb. Like I like to give people a chance because like you said, if I don't, then what if that one person that is good,
sure,
I end up passing up on it, you know?
but you don't have to be friends with every single one of them. You know?
Well, yeah, well that's the thing though. Like I have people that I'm friendly with, but then I have people that actually, you know, are genuine, like worthy
Sure.
of having good friendships with. And
That
like
Lokalami life, she seems like a really nice girl. I do.
Locomite, yeah.
That she seems like a very, very sweet lady. She does. When she reached
She was
out to
my
me,
maid of honor.
yes, I knew that. And the thing is I when that whole thing happened with your husband, I really just wanted to smack the shit out of your husband because he had no fucking right to do what he did. And when I was talking about it on my channel and he reached out to me, he's like, "Oh, can you stop talking about my marriage?" Excuse me, McBitch.
Wait, whoa. Wait, what? He reached out to you?
Yes,
What?
on Facebook, telling me, "Can you didn't know this? This
No.
is why Mocha Lokalahi came and reached out to me. You didn't know that?
No.
Did
Uh-uh.
you end up in the hospital or something? Or jail?
No. I
Was it
was
jail?
arrested overnight on January
Okay.
8th.
But where were you that you and I didn't talk? Were you sick? What happened?"
Um,
Because she
that
reached
I don't
out to me
know.
and I don't know what happened. And at first I was very defensive. But it was Michael that I was mad at because I was like, listen, you don't get a right to tell me not to speak up about something, especially when I have privately told him I don't think marriage is the right thing for you. I don't think anybody should
And
be
you were
rushing
right.
to a fucking marriage. You don't understand. Tattoos and marriage are the same thing. Okay?
Yeah, I
And
agree.
it's there's nothing worse than just anything can happen. And the thing is, you never know when your spouse is going to change or when your spouse is going to say, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore.
Or if your spouse is using all of your money to get hotel rooms with their ex-boyfriends and stuff like that and are
That's
not who
right.
they say they are, like, yeah, I get it.
That's right. And honestly, I don't think he's going to last very long. So stay married to him so you can get that house.
No. How okay, no.
You
I
built it
am
with him. You built it with him. You were so proud of it. You paint a wall green, for God's sake.
well, yeah, I mean that I'm content anywhere in my life and I'm so happy where I'm at. That house, Marissa, is like I'm a clean person, okay? I mean, I'm OCD, I'm clean. I lived with two people that they are not clean. They were not raised. If you saw their father's house, you would know why. It's filthy. And that house smells like it's brand new and it smells like cat pee. And that's part of the reason I got arrested. I was spraying bleach on the carpet because the cat wouldn't stop fucking peeing on the carpet. Nobody was cleaning it but me. No, that house is trashed. It's gross.
Wow.
But yeah, no. And plus, like, I'm not materialistic. I don't I don't want, once I left there, like I was already packed up to leave before everything happened. Like I was already planning on leaving. It just happened quicker because I wasn't allowed back there. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not, that place has terrible memories, so I wouldn't want to be there. Yeah, it smells terrible. And like I don't have any negative feelings against him. And these people try to bait me into talking about like details and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Like, and I don't know why he's um coming around and like stirring trouble. Like he was in Natasha's chat last night. I don't know why he's doing that. I got a weird message a couple days ago. Like he's clearly angry. I have no hard feelings against him. Like I've moved on, and he just needs to do the same.
Yeah. Oh, so you're over him.
Oh, dude, I was over him when he pulled guns
So
on
you
me
do,
in
you
the
do, you do. That's a good thing that you move on fast because I do too. I'm once I lose interest, it's really hard to get the interest back. It really is. That's a good thing
Marissa,
when you can move on.
my what people don't realize, they think that in January when everything happened, like, ooh, Robbie got the boot and got dumped. No, we were living in separate rooms since what, June of last year when he got arrested. And I'm the victim in that case. And there were guns involved. Like, I lost complete listen, I am attracted to good people, like good looking people, good on the inside and out. When you One of the biggest turnoffs to me, whether it's in a friendship or a relationship, is if you're lying. And there was a lot of lies and cheating going on, and I lost complete attraction, period. And is that guy a good person? Not in a relationship, no. And I have no interest in being a friend with them because when somebody lies to you so many times, enough is enough.
Mhm.
But I don't have to hate somebody because I don't hate anybody.
I know. I get it. I know you don't hate him, but he did reach out with me.
That's crazy. See, and
Yeah.
that made me wonder. I'm like, how? Because I was live yesterday and people said, "Oh, he's in Natasha's chat right now," and I'm thinking,
No way.
Natasha's channel just went down. How is he in a brand new chat? That means somebody's talking to him outside the internet, and that is to me, that is. I don't give a fuck what words come out of Natasha Cooper's mouth. She could sit there and say people are obsessed with her. She could toot her own horn, but look at actions over words. This woman literally
Yeah.
has gotten so offended, and I've gotten under her skin, like you said, somehow that she has
Yeah.
to go out of her way to reach out to people like my parents, my ex. Who the fuck is the one that's obsessed? It would be her. Who's the bothered one? Her. Am I bothered when people try to interfere and with my like relationships and my court cases? Well, duh. But bitch, that's you coming for me. That ain't me looking into your life, Coops.
You want to know what your problem is?
What?
You're very reactionary. You
Oh,
don't let
absolutely.
anything. It's like if someone you're like, I'm gonna get you, sucker, and you're ready to pull out a switchblade. People like to watch it, even though it's deteriorating you. And the people they love watching you get worked up. Listen, I've been there a
Yeah.
couple of times, but you want to know something? In the grand scheme of things, these people, that are messing with you, you got to consider the source. Nobody that's
Right.
successful. All right, listen, and I hate to say it this way. Nobody that's successful, whether in marriage, in business, in, rich with family, rich in blessings, that has an education, people that are genuinely blessed and successful in life is going to, are you there?
Yep.
Yeah, they're not going to mess with you. Pe- People with money, people with education, people that have stuff to lose are not going to mess with you. It's always going to be people that have nothing going for them. Robbie, people don't want to see you smiling and having a good old time. They want to see you struggling. And I think the fact that you bounced back up on your feet so quick and you had that own apartment, I think they thought that they won a triumph over you and thought that you were going to be out on the street.
Marissa, they literally said yesterday that they're going to contact my apartment building to inform them of all the sex that I'm having in my home.
It's your home.
I'm
That's
like,
that's
what?
that that see, but this is the thing. Let them do that. You want to know why? Because ding ding ding, someone with common sense would say, okay, this is not normal. Okay, this isn't normal. What kind of person would do this? Obviously, this guy, Robert, who lives in this apartment, who's paying his rent on time. We don't hear a lot of complaints or weird smells coming from his apartments. He is paying for peaceful enjoyment. Therefore, he's not breaking the rules. He doesn't have his trash in the hallway overnight. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God, how did you know that? We have
Well,
trash service and they do. They said don't leave it overnight.
yeah, no, I listen, I used to be a realtor. I listen, this is the thing. When people reach out to me and say, "Hey, I need to warn you about such and such and such." But if I, listen, my husband's a landlord, okay? If somebody reached out and said, the guy Robbie here is blah blah blah. Ding ding ding, he's a smart, successful person. He's going to be like, "All right, well, Robbie, I'm going to give you a heads up. This person said they want to be anonymous, but they're saying that you're having a bunch of sex." They're gonna find it weird at first that someone's even bold enough to do something so childish. So they're gonna honestly think that it's a scorned ex.
Dude, I live in Congress Park right next to Cheeseman Park. I live in
Right.
the neighborhood, is what they call it. Okay.
Okay,
This
yeah,
building lights up like a Christmas tree on Grinder. Okay. We're all doing each other,
that's
folks.
fine. That's fine. But think about it. They make an idiot of themselves. You know? They
Well,
make an
and
idiot of themselves. It's almost how about this? Remember when they called CPS on me? Right?
yeah.
How about this? I had CPS called on me on 2 separate occasions. Ding, ding, ding. Guess what? When CPS finally came, what happened? What happened? One girl said, I saw your husband wearing a West Point sweater. I couldn't believe it. My husband's a Marine. Your house is so nice. I went over to the school and I saw this kid, this tall, good looking boy that was in Ralph Lauren from head to toe. Even his belt matched. I said, this can't be Jake. This cannot be Jake. And then they came and talked to me on the second day. It was this girl, and she ended up in my closet talking about these pink high heels that she had.
Mhm.
And she literally said, we understand that because you're on social media, that people are going to want to try and mess with you. Now, the police know this. They know this. And guess what? If Natasha Cooper calls her own police, because that's what you have to do, and you say, Robbie and all these people are bothering me, you know what they're going to say? And all these people that want to do these crazy lawsuits, you know what they're going to say, the cops and the judges, they say, if it bothers you, you need to get off, because unless there's a crime, a
Yeah.
real crime, and you have evidence of this time, then you're wasting your time. So with people that messed with me, I'm going to tell you, I had to actually build a case against them, which means saving the evidence and actually kind of paying someone to save things for me and
Yeah.
keep it all and edit it all together. This way I can send one 3 minute, a 3 minute link to a judge and say,
Hmm.
this is what this person's doing. Look at the ugliness. And when they hear the cursing, guess what? I've seen 2 judges be like, what the hell? And they're like, this is disgusting. And that's the thing. Like, they're just like, like that. Anything else you want to admit into evidence? No, I already put it into evidence. Okay, there you go. And then guess what? When their name and their face goes before that judge, if they even do show up, because now you can do it online. You don't have to go to
Online.
the state anymore. I
Right.
mean, they're going to be really, really embarrassed. So the thing
Well,
is people have to stop acting ugly online and calling the police on people and calling CPS, because now think about it. My point was, CPS the second time said, yeah, this time they said that you were doing Xanax. And I said, okay, I'm on social media and these people just don't like me. I've had you guys out here. I go, I actually have a prescription for Klonopin, and I do take them because I have anxiety. I was like, I go, it's not. Now, they didn't say that I was smoking crack. They didn't say anything really bad either of times, but
hmm,
there was no evidence. They did ask for an actual video, but they do come out no matter what, and they waste time. And guess what? Around that time that happened, that little boy did die in 2 towns over from me. There was
right.
a little boy that died at age 11. In fact, Phoenix, my son's
Oh,
best
you
friend,
didn't have to. Hold on. You didn't have to remove the comment, Don. I'm going to address it. Sorry, Marissa. Keep going.
my there was a little boy that died. He was emaciated and locked in one room for so long without food, water, toilet. He was emaciated and the child died, and it was the stepmother and the father. There was another brother who was friends with Jake's best friend. Jake's best friend was literally the one who went to Japan with us a week ago, literally was in that house. Not really. He said that he remembers is instinctively, he remembers it, that no one was ever allowed to go upstairs. He said, I never thought anything of it.
Hmm.
And then the older brother died as well, but that was a motorcycle accident. But just so you know, when this kid actually died, it was around the time that CPS was being called on me.
Right.
But remember, after the pandemic, when the pandemic happened, everyone was child abusing. A lot of kids died, a lot of wives got beaten up. Like, the numbers skyrocketed with child abuse. So
Right.
just remember, when someone's trying to come after you legally, blah, 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 it's always going to be noted that, and it only takes one time. These cops know that they know who Molly Golightly is. They know who Jake's mom is. They know who I am. And I once had Laura and Justin on the phone a couple of years ago, and we were talking to the Hershey Police Department at like midnight, and they could hear it because they were listening. They said, he goes, Officer Styles or something like that says, "Oh, please, Marissa." He goes, he goes, "You know how many times we've gotten calls about you?" And I go, "Saying what?" Like that. And he goes, "Oh God." He goes, "Same old shit." He goes, that these people don't want to, they don't like your opinions. He goes, "It's always the same thing." He goes, "It's always the same thing. And we have to tell them, listen, when she does something illegal, give us the link, show us. We know where to go pick her up."
Right.
But I can talk about whatever I want. Now, if I'm slandering a person, if I'm, like, destroying a person's reputation and business with lies that I know are lies, then guess what? There's a chance there's a chance that I am going to have to pay the piper.
Yeah,
And
you're
we've
gonna get
seen,
sued, or I mean, people don't realize, because on YouTube they can lie all they want to, right? They could spread rumors. I'm sure there's millions of rumors about yourself. Like, they could do whatever, and people will believe them. The reason why people don't call the police when they, say, "Oh, we're going to do this," is because they know it's bullshit what they're saying. So, to address this comment from you, Courtney, first of all, Marissa's not here to scold me. We're friends. We could disagree on whatever. Amy's stepfather does not talk to her, and he's a senator, and she's using his campaign and his name to talk about my rape. That's not a threat. That's a promise that if you're going to do that in someone's name, well, they're going to know about it. As far as CPS or cops being called, uh, people literally threaten to call the police or to contact my apartments over me having sex in my own home. Okay, so if people are saying, like, they said, "Oh, Robbie has meth all over his house." First of all, when I did drugs, I never kept drugs in my house. Not one fucking time. That's stupid. I would do it with other people. Um, so when people say they're going to have cops come raid my house and all this, but there's valid proof that they are on meth, then yeah, they need to focus on their own life, or I'm going to. So I don't give a shit about that. And Marissa, like, as far as what you were saying, like, people, they just try to get to you. This woman, AJ, in the chat, okay, when I got arrested, okay, AJ was and probably will always be like the longest running feud I've had on this platform. We had issues with each other. It got really bad. And when I got arrested, these haters, who do you think they went to? They went to AJ trying to get her to, trash me, rub it in my face, kick me while I'm down. And I gained respect for her because out of anybody who had actually had the right to drag me and throw it in my face, she did not. And she
I get,
told these people to go fuck themselves.
yeah, that's how I felt about, oh my God, what was that one lady from the drama community? The blonde, she's always Savage. Remember that lady, Savage?
I know the name. I don't think I
She's
ever
blonde. She's blonde, glasses. She's always screaming. And she's like, but in real life, she's like harmless.
yeah, I
She
know her
deserves
name. I've seen her around,
her.
but I don't think I
She
ever
was the
really knew
only one,
who she was.
when my mom was dying and my mom died, she was the only one that wasn't talking shit about my mother. In fact, I had like old friends that were literally talking shit about my mother. And I remember it stuck out that Savage just didn't do any low blows. Like, my mother never did anything to these people. Like, don't say anything like that. Like, remember, I want to tell you this. What you plant is what you harvest.
Mm-hmm.
You get that?
Yeah.
Your ugliness comes out. You just have to be like, listen, this AJ person obviously doesn't like me, but they're expelling a lot of energy on me. So anyone that's hated me for years and consistently hated me for years, when I don't know who it is, but like put this much hate into me, they're actually doing more to themselves than to you or I. Because you and I can get up, go to the gym, go out to dinner, and we got a social life. We have we have people that love us, and we could both walk into a room confident. You and I have that in common. Like, if we take a shower, brush our teeth, and put on something decent, we can walk into somewhere by ourselves and we can light up the whole place, and then walk out with like 10 numbers, right? The people that
Absolutely.
exactly. The people that hate you cannot do that. They've never mastered their emotions. They've never mastered their social skills. And that's the thing. Like, you have to say, consider the source. I'm not going to say I feel bad for them, but
Well,
they got to realize that they're the ones with the issue, because I'm not sitting around thinking about anybody that, like, honestly, the only person from YouTube that I really have, it's you and Tiffany are the only ones that have really been emblazoned on my mind.
she's not talking about Tiffany Mosier, by the way, folks.
No, I'm talking about Tiffany Marie. Her son's got cancer.
Oh my God.
You didn't know about that? Oh my God.
No.
Oh
I
my
do,
God.
I don't. Does she go live? I don't. I haven't seen her around in a long time, so I don't. I didn't know that, but that's terrible.
They're home now, but they spent a month in Boston, and he's
Off on my phone. Can you hear me?
where are you?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, my alarm went off on my phone. Hold on. Hey Siri, turn off all my alarms. Okay, sorry.
You don't want to see me pissed.
Bitch, I'm a narcissist. No, God, what was I gonna say before my fucking alarm went off? It completely deleted my memory. Um. Oh, so as far as my parents, okay, my none of my siblings talk to my parents. All right, our childhood was fucked. We were raised. I mean, can you not tell with my personality? Like, I have taught myself over the years like how to communicate with people, and none of my siblings talk to my parents because of their parenting. I am the one that gave my parents a chance over and over and over and over again. Okay, so when Natasha brings this up, literally has them coming into her chat because she reached out to them, then has my dad up on her panel
No.
saying how spoiled I was as a kid and all this.
No.
Well, again, you could listen to words all you want to, folks, but where's my brother and sister? None of their children talk to them. Okay? And
What
when
do
you
you?
have my dad on a panel and they're trashing, saying, when about my arrest and all this, my parents were arrested a couple years ago for beating the shit out of each other. That's how I
What?
grew up. That's what I
Wait,
grew up
your
witnessing.
mother, Miss Holier than now?
Yeah, just a couple years ago. Like this is
Your
not this
mother,
is
Miss Holier than thou. She comes off as she is so sweet and innocent. You have no idea.
well, because she what does she use every time? She uses a Bible verse, Marissa. That's
Yeah,
why I don't
but she
I
used to
do not.
contact me.
Yeah, I don't. You could use all the Bible verses in the world, folks, but if, like you said, you either have a light or you don't. And when your own parents are trying to dim your own fucking light, meanwhile, they're using Bible verses in your comment section to try to piss you off, I see right through that shit. And like my version of loving people, even in a romantic relationship, is I like to laugh with people. That's how you know I love you, is if I like to watch you laugh or make you laugh. And these people, that's why I do have to like take breaks, or any normal person fucking would, and just go out and get fresh air. Is when you start seeing all these fucking rumors, or like people trying to scare you or go real life, like it's not like you start to believe them, but when me being a reactive person, when they get what they want out of me, they get that reaction, then I'm becoming what they're saying I am. And that's when I have to take a break. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, and you know, I've always looked at the Bible as stories that can help people. That's how I look at it. I don't see it as full truth. I see my relationship with Christ as truth. But one thing I know for a fact, just from having a relationship and reading stories in the Bible, is look what the fuck people did to Jesus. And yes, I am comparing myself because I follow that motherfucker. They tried to dim his fucking shine nonstop to the point where he was crucified to death. Okay? Because they couldn't stand
You're getting carried
light
away.
in the world.
And by the way, to this Miss Courtney that thinks she's gonna fucking mouth off to me or say that I'm trying to, what did she say?
God, what did she say? Thank you,
Scold you?
Don, for
Did I scold you? First off, Courtney, Corky. I'm gonna call you Corky, like Corky from Life Goes On. I'm gonna say, hey, Corky, if I want to scold him, I can. He's like my little brother.
Yep.
If I want to call him blank, 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 I can. You can't. I can. I earned that seat. So sit down.
Well, it's funny too because just their comment when they said that, I get comments like that with people, and they'll be like, "What will Molly Golightly think when they hear you say this?" I'm like, first of all, she ain't my fucking boss. Number one. Number two, she'll
I am.
probably tell me I'm a fucking idiot, and we'll call it a day.
I've actually just accepted you. That's really what the answer is. I accept it, and I know that a lot of times you get pressed and pushed, and you say things that you might regret, and then you say things that you might not regret.
Yep.
Some things that will make me cringe, but I'm not gonna be like one of those little pussies. You know what I hate? You know what I hate is when people on YouTube say, "Oh, I don't agree with what this person says." Blah blah blah. I'm not taking a poll. I'm not taking a survey. I don't care what you think.
Well, Marissa, okay, so how many do you like your honest opinion? I'm asking you, do you see me pulling the gay card on here ever?
No, never.
And you actually know my stance on like
Yeah,
pride and like political shit. So when my dad was on Natasha's panel 3 nights in a row, by the way, um,
no.
yeah, and I'll send you the clip when we get off here. He
Yeah.
said, he goes, I don't want to sound mean or anything, but gay people in general, they think they're owed something. And I think my son, since he's gay, he thinks he's owed something. When the fuck have I said I'm gay? Respect, like that is not a victim card. If anything, us gay people in America, we're spoiled as fuck. We're way too spoiled.
Yeah.
Nobody owes me shit. Dad, what you should do is have a little bit more integrity, and maybe your children would talk to you if you didn't pull the shit you do.
Does
Period.
everybody, does everybody know that you have like a really hot brother and a really hot sister?
Um, yeah, well, they brag about my brother all the time and say they want to that he's way hotter than me and they want to do him. And
He's
I'm like the
gorgeous.
Ashley Simpson. I'm living in the shadow of my brother.
Well, Ashley Simpson is looking way better than Jessica. So
Ashley Simpson is starting a Vegas residency. Did you know
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Do you think she's going to lip sync?
that'll be fun. That's hysterical.
And what do you mean? I think Jessica Simpson looks amazing.
I liked her music.
I like her country music that she's been releasing. I dig
Really?
it. Yeah. And, well, you know that Diana Ross is Ashley Simpson's mother-in-law, and Ashley Simpson and her husband released an album together that actually was really good. It was a couple years ago. Robbie's like my big brother that's younger than me. He checks on me to make sure I'm okay. Well, that's what people that like these people that say, "Oh, there's no friendships on YouTube." Like, does that mean you come on YouTube to not like you go on any platform on the internet to not be yourself and it's just fake to you? Like, I don't interact with people just to fucking do it. And that's in person or on here. It's so dumb when people say that shit. Like, yeah, there's crazy people, and that's one thing I can say that I should listen to Marissa and many other people more about is don't fucking trust everyone and just because it's not that I want to be everyone's friend, but I like to get along and just fucking have a good time with people. It's
Now,
so hard for people just to fucking
it's
coexist.
that's what it is. It comes naturally to you, and you're probably one of those people that was well received your whole life. Like every time in real life, people gravitated towards you because when you were around, they felt good. They were laughing, blah 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 blah. Like ha ha ha. Like I get it, because the same thing happens with me. Like think about it. There's nobody really old friends, old boyfriends, my family members. I never really had anybody come out and say, "Yeah, Marissa or Molly Golightly, I've known her for 20 years and she's this horrible person. I'm related to this person, blah, 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 blah." Like, I love my whole family. And if I didn't talk to my siblings, that would kill me. If my sibling, like, you want to hurt me, is my family, my
Yeah.
whole family. Like, I get along with my in laws, I get along with, all my cousins, but sadly, no issues with any cousins or something, but it was our parents, and they robbed us because, the will was read, and some kids got this and some kids got that, and because they couldn't work out their shit, then we had to suffer.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that, and then, I mean, now I'm 50, but it draws, and then the element of everybody comparing each other's lives. Like, I don't want to catch up with an old cousin or an old friend
Hmm.
and have them compare their life to mine, or feel like I like hearing that so many of my friends and stuff are doing better than me. I think that it's amazing. I think that it's great. I think it's sad when they're, in a hard place. I don't get off on people. Like, a lot of people do get off on that.
Well,
Like,
Marissa, though, like my people think that, by reaching out to my ex or my parents, it's going to have some sort of control. That's not the way I operate in the world. Like, to me, I'm a treat people the way you want to be treated type of person. When people say the words like respect your elders, like naturally I'm going to open the door for elders or women and like have natural common fucking courtesy and respect. But just because somebody has a title, that doesn't mean they automatically get respect. I have I have given my parents over the years far too much respect that they didn't deserve, and I was the last child to do that to them. So by having them on here, you're just proving my point. You're showing exactly who the fuck does that to their kids. Like, and I don't care if you have the title mom, grandma. You, first of all, to me, family is what you make it. Family is who you choose to be your family. And but I never people don't understand that. I can be alone on an island by myself for the rest of my life and be perfectly entertained and content. So they're not like, oh, look, your parents don't like you. Your ex doesn't like you. Well, and I don't give a fuck. I don't like them either. Who cares? Hey, Siren.
yeah,
Hi.
but guess what? God forbid the roles were reversed. But this is the thing. Listen, just know that, how they always say those hurt people hurt. Like, there's got to be a reason that's keeping people going as to where they get up. Like, I've been saying this for you. How do you wake up every single day and just want to start trouble with people? You got to wonder, you really got to wonder what kind of people are these that get off with just fighting with people all day long? I've never, you know what I mean?
Well, think about it,
I mean, that's
Marissa.
how I feel.
They they it was the jackpot to them when they saw, just like, remember when you got arrested, they hit the jackpot. They used my mugshot was ever before I even got out of jail. 24 hours
Oh,
later,
yeah, mine
it was
too.
all over. Yeah, my mugshot was people's avatars, all this stuff. They saw that as a victory. Okay, to
Sure,
them, I was going to get
sure.
the electric chair they were celebrating. So when they saw that
Right.
I moved in with Aunt Sally, I took like 2 months of sobriety classes and AA and counseling. And then I got my own place and I cashed out my pension, quit my job, all that stuff. They now look what they're, oh, that didn't work. Let's go to his parents. Now let's go to his ex. It's one thing after another. They don't realize, dude, I could be literally in a gutter right now and I'd still be perfectly happy in my faith with God because I know He'll take care of me. And you bitches are just, you are fucking trying way too hard. Way too hard. They don't
Yeah.
fucking get it because they
Wow.
want to see you, each, like you said, as soon as they see a smile, nope, they want to take it away. Well, that's not going to fucking happen.
You just have to remember that these are strangers that you're probably never going to meet in your life. And that's it. It is what it is. I mean, like when you talked about your arrest, who remembers when I got arrested for, and I was in jail for that 4 hours in New Orleans and I was drunk. Listen, I had one of my quote friends go out of her way to get the body cam footage.
Oh, my friend just did that to me the other day. Amy.
That's why it's like, why would you do that if you claim to be my friend? But also, no matter what, at first people were saying, "Oh, I bet you she stole." I bet you. Well, the first rumor was that because it said theft. It did. It said theft. When I got
Like, you need to
arrested,
steal shit.
they never. But this is the thing: if you watch the body cam, they never told me why I was being arrested. So in reality, was I in there for the drunk tank?
Actually,
Yes.
they didn't tell me why I was being arrested either. And Amy, I'm sure you'll see that in the body cam footage. I said, "What am I being arrested for?"
Yeah.
He never told me.
It out, and it's to keep you cooled off. It's to cool you off. But this is the thing. In the end, they got turned into I robbed money from the FBI. I've never been in the FBI. And the court threw it out, and people on YouTube didn't want to believe that, the court said it was the stripper that claimed it was $9. She didn't show up to court. I did, and the other girl did. And the police report, I didn't know this, claimed it was $28. And then the video showed me with a black YSL purse. And the thing is they couldn't tell us. They couldn't keep us there. And they wouldn't even let me call my husband.
Can I just say though, when you gave me the link to your body cam footage, that shit should have been on TV. That was funny. You were fucking
Oh, yeah.
outrageous.
But you want to know something? It was, honestly, I'll tell you one thing. I have to say, like, losing your freedom and, having like cops looking at you and like being there and seeing all these girls like come in every 10 minutes in one.
Mhm.
I wasn't in a jail cell. I was in what they call a cell block. And there was
I
like
was
a,
in Suicide Watch
oh, Jesus
in
Christ.
Weld County.
Yeah, I heard about that. And there was like a silver toilet. There was toilet paper, but the girl kept wetting the toilet paper and throwing it up on the ceiling. And there was a guy outside the glass window sitting in chairs, and he had his dick out, and he was rubbing it while he was at the other hand
Was he
handcuffed.
hot?
No, he was. uh, I can't find
Oh, he
anything.
was on meth. He was on meth. He couldn't keep his hands off his dick. That's what happens.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
And I told the cop, I said, "What do you?" I said, "Look at this. Look at that." I was total Karening out, and he told me to shut the fuck up, and I said, no, that is not. What do you want me to do about it? And I said, tell him to zipper it up and handcuff the other hand as well. Duh. And he hated me. He didn't come back to me ever again. But like, this is the thing. Like, it was thrown out. I didn't even get to talk to the judge. So it was a learning experience because I don't want to lose my freedom. I don't.
Right. Well, the thing with me is I respect the legal process. Like when I got arrested immediately, I was like, yeah, I deserved that, and it was necessary. I think the mental space that I was at in my life at the time, I was beginning to heavily drink, and then that was a gateway to doing other things. You know, just because I was unhappy in where I lived and my marriage and everything. It happens, and so I'm so glad that I got arrested. And these people think like, "Ooh, we're gonna contact the DA and tell him you're mean to us on YouTube and blah 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 blah." I'm like, look, dude. Even let's say that they even did take that into consideration. I respect the law. Did I respect the law the day I got arrested? No, I was drunk out of my mind. I was calling the Asian cop a chink. Okay, I was not in a right mind space. I was terrible, and I mean that's just a fact. I was being completely just a fucking asshole, and I was drunk. So whatever happens tomorrow, which they'll probably fucking reschedule it again. It's getting annoying, but I will do whatever I need to do. Like I'm not gonna fucking be like a rebel to the law. No, whatever I need to do, if it's probation, that's what I'll do happily. And I have like these people keep trying. Like if I mention anything, even saying like, yeah, I was unhappy in my marriage or something, they see that as an attack. No, I have zero hard feelings towards my ex, but I am able to vent about my life choices and fucking my experiences. That doesn't mean that I hate him. I don't. But I am going to talk about my life experiences because it's what fucking happened and it helps me. Period. I'm not on here trashing him, and thank you to the person that said that earlier. They're like, you don't come on here and talk terribly about your husband. I don't, because I don't have negative things to say about him as a human. I am not meant to be in a relationship. I've always said that. I should have never done it. It was a setup for failure. And in my opinion, I don't think he's cut out for that either. As a gay man who enjoys a melting pot of people, I am not meant to be monogamous, period. And I joke a lot about being slutty and stuff. I exaggerate a lot of the time, but I like to, it's humorous. But I'm just not meant to be in a relationship. That's it. There's no hard feelings. These people need to stop stirring up fucking trouble. Did you want to say something, Siren, or do you just want to sit there and be my little bitch?
You're going to be my...
This is bitch. Bitch.
Well, that is true. So, I'm just happy I got Marissa's stamp of approval earlier.
Oh yeah.
He's like a Xanax drip.
He's Xanax to you?
Yeah, he's like a Xanax drip attached to my arm.
So I was trying to read. So apparently, Natasha's. See, this is what she does, Amanda. I'm sorry, Amanda's Ananda's in the chat just being nice.
I know her, Ananda. I like her. I like her.
Yeah. Well, apparently Natasha was live over on her TikTok, dragging the fuck out of her, saying, "I bought you things. I did this for you. Why are you in that chat?" This is what she does, folks.
Why do you care? You don't care. You're talking to me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, no, she's like, because she's helped Amanda's Ananda, with money or whatever. But listen, if you're going to help people with money, don't
talk about it. Just don't talk
exactly.
about it.
You don't mention it, first of all, but you also don't throw it in someone's face later on down the line to try to make yourself look like this nurturing, loving person. Like, it's okay for people to like people that don't get along. But Natasha doesn't register that. That's why her and I are fucking bickering. She hates it. That was a 2, by the way. That was a 2. That burp sucked.
That was the fact that she gave someone money or helped them out in the past doesn't change the fact that in this moment she's being a hateful bitch. So
Are you still gay, Byron?
Do what?
Are you still gay?
Well, I mean, I'm still bi, so I mean, I
You're
can bring off a little something,
bisexual?
something.
You're
Yes.
bilingual? Oh wow.
Yeah,
Ew, I didn't know that.
yeah, I
Siren
can break
had
off a little something, something.
Yeah. Siren has children, Marissa.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
He was married.
Yeah,
No.
I have a grandchild now. So
Does that
Wow.
turn you on, Melissa? You want to break off a piece of that, oh bye?
It's, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, you don't
Like-
throw that shit in people's faces. It's fucking
Yeah.
stupid. And that's the other thing too is you know, she'll come on here and say this is her job. No, your job is not fucking coming on trashing people nonstop. That if that was my job, I would feel like shit about myself on a daily basis. Cause yeah, can I drag somebody? Yes, I
Listen.
can.
We just need to send Natasha Cooper a fucking Entenmann's coffee crumb cake and just say, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just like, eat the fucking cake and just shut up. That's
Well,
it. Just send her a fucking Entenmann's.
Actually,
think
Marissa,
Just
you
send
think
her.
one's gonna
if
do
you
the
send
job?
her- You send her a fucking Entenmann's cake, she'll shut the fuck up.
I
know
don't think she'll ever shut the fuck up. Okay, so you know her Pakistani boyfriend I told you about, the 24-year-old?
I still don't believe it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, instead, because I don't think he trusts her with his address, because she'll find out about his fucking family he has at home that they're scamming her.
my
But anyways, she goes on her live stream with her daughter, and she says, instead of being like a good girlfriend and fucking just ordering him a cake to be delivered to him, she made him a cake, her and her daughter, but they made it where she lives and they ate it on camera. I'm like, how is that his fucking cake?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I
I've
just
said
made?
it before. It's going to end in tears, Natasha.
You know what I just made for my family?
What?
I made a nice big serving platter of chicken francaise over orzo pasta.
I don't even know. Those words are far too fancy for my liking. What is that?
Like a lemon chicken breast with a lemon white wine butter sauce and
Ooh.
parsley, lemons, fresh lemons on top of it, and then I put it over orzo pasta. It looks like rice. And then
Ooh,
a
you know
side
what
of
I've been
broccoli.
craving? I've been craving Thanksgiving like stuff. That sex doll really got to me now.
You want stuffing?
Yes, I want stuffing and I want mashed potatoes.
You want to know something? Oh my God! Then you got to go over to Bob Evans. Do you have a Bob Evans out there?
I've never heard of that before. I
I've
don't
got
think
Bob
so.
Evans.
It's like a Denny. They have the best fucking stuffing. Sometimes I go in there and I get 2 orders of stuffing to go.
Shut up.
Me and Jake love it. Please no fish, pussy. I make stuffing. I make a sausage. I make a sausage mushroom sage stuffing every year, and everyone loves it. I have to make like 4 different trays because everybody loves it.
God, now I'm gonna have to see if we have a Bob Evans, but that's why I don't know if you guys have. See, I'm ghetto. Okay,
I'm ghetto too.
Church's Chicken. Do you have that where you live?
I wish.
Okay, so it's like, if you guys don't know what Church's Chicken is, in the chat, it's like
You're
KFC.
black as fuck. It's only in black areas.
Well, it's all, well, yeah, it is, because I live right by Martin Luther King Boulevard in Denver, and we have one there. But no, I really do. But I live by the Denver Zoo. But no, so Church's Chicken is like the hamburger stand of McDonald's to KFC. It's like the cheap version, but they have fried okra. And that is one of my favorite things. I know, I am. I am. I love my
You
turnip greens. I love my okra. I love all that.
Jesus, I loved it when you fucking popped up when you were like, "Hi, bitch," and I was like, "What are you doing?" You were like, "I'm at the tamale place, bitch," and I was like, you."
Yeah, but I can't eat the same tamales you do because I don't eat pork.
Yeah, you don't like the good ones.
Oh, are we gonna? Oh my God, AJ, wouldn't that fucking just be wonderful for the haters? She said
Wait
we're
a
gonna run
second, you're
into each
friends
other
with
one day.
AJ now? Wait, you're
We're,
friends with
well,
AJ now?
we're not like friend. We don't hang out or anything, but she's gained my respect. I don't think she likes me, but that she's a respectful person. She didn't attack me. She's cordial. Yeah, so we're friendly. Yes, we
Oh, I
are.
didn't know
Mhm.
that. Okay, you used to complain about her all the time.
That's why I said earlier. I said she was my longest running feud on here. It got ugly, and she did not kick me when I was down. And that's, I mean, I gained respect for that. Literally, my haters were running over to her, trying to get her involved to fucking trash me and celebrate me being arrested that time. And she just wasn't
Wow.
having it.
Well, that's exactly what happened with me and Brian St. John. Brian St. John, I mean, that ogre at the time, I mean, he was coming for me so fucking hard. And I never had somebody on the internet come for me and dig into my real life. And honestly, it was a little scary. And honestly, Brian St. John ended up being a total teddy bear. He really did.
I don't hate you either, AJ. I don't hate anybody. Sorry.
But he was the first person that kind of like intimidated and invoked fear in me. And now, I mean, now I could just call him up and be like, "Hey, bitch, what are you doing?" Like sometimes he'll even talk to Adrian. You know,
Hmm.
they like each other. He likes Brian St. John. He
I
likes.
love Brian St. John. He started off not so good with me because remember what I
He used to
was.
be a mega troll because he was angry. He was angry back then. He's mellowed out. He's mellowed out.
But do you remember back then, Marissa? People didn't do the crazy shit they do now. Like
No,
people,
nope.
if people had a problem with each other, Darling Nikki says this all the time. They hopped on a panel,
They went
and
on Diane's channel.
there you go. Yep.
Diane and Wendy freaking figured it out. Yeah, I remember. And people thought that that was the worst. No, it wasn't. Now you've got some serious. You got a lot of meth heads, and you're one of them.
Well, you know what's funny too is like these people think they're like, "Ooh, Robbie, look at him. Did you see he was high out of his mind the other day?" I'm like, do these people, especially the ones that used to be my friends, if I ever did drugs, you wouldn't see me on the internet for like 5 days at least, 3 days at a time. I had the whole point of self-medicating is to get away from your problems. Okay. So if I were to get high, YouTube is a fucking problem. I would not be anywhere near here. And I never was. Because all you think about when you're high is sex. That's it. Do you think if I'm in a sexual mood, I want to come on here and talk to Natasha Cooper? I don't fucking think so. I don't think anybody in a sexual mood would want to talk to Natasha Cooper
It's hard
unless
to
they
think
wanted a green card.
of sex.
Now, Robbie, we could be having virtual sex right now.
Oh yeah. Marissa, you missed this part too. I don't think you know this. We are jealous of Natasha Cooper because she's having virtual sex every night with her Pakistan man.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes. We are fuming. We are
So
just.
what do? Do they expose themselves to each other and like play with themselves? Is that what that means?
I would imagine she exposes a portion what can fit on camera. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Does she still sit in that big chair?
Yes, she's gone through 3 of them now. She broke the 2 other ones. I'm not kidding. She was bragging about that the other day. I was like, Natasha, you've been sitting in the same dirty recliner for years. She goes, this is my 3rd one. Because she broke the other ones.
Sitting in a recliner. I haven't seen a recliner since like the 90s.
Yeah, I do
Do they
enjoy a
still
good
make them?
recliner. I think so,
Yeah, they
yeah.
do still make them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Lazy Boy. You know what? Adrian bought Lazy Boys downstairs for the boys.
She probably gets hers from the bed bug infested thrift store, but that's okay. I like thrift stores too.
Is she still is she still gambling?
Uh, I think so. Probably.
Oh.
She's gambling her romance life right now. That's for damn sure.
Well, now at least she has something to do. You know what I mean? Keep her occupied.
Hey, yeah, but you know what? She's sitting here and she'll come on every day and brag like, y'all are jealous that I'm so happy. I'm like, wait a minute, did you just say happy? You're so miserable that you're having like my family on your panel and you're not fucking happy, dude. A happy person's gonna enjoy their little Pakistani 20-year-old and fucking shut their mouth.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and that's not a flex. I'm sorry.
How old is she?
What, 50? I have no idea.
49. She'll turn
49.
50 at the end of this year.
Oh
Okay, so you're like a year older than her, I think, Marissa.
she's my age.
Yeah.
I thought she was
So.
older.
Oh, she does gamble. She had a fund for the casino the other day, Trisha said.
Oh my God. Can you imagine me having a fund to go to Tom Ford? Can you imagine that?
You should.
I don't think I'd get $1. I wouldn't do that to my followers. No.
Hey, Callie Law. Because, and Natasha will say this too, they're just using me for money. First of all, if I wanted money, I would do what all these other loser ass fucking true crime people are doing, and I would suck the shit out of every popular true crime case. I wouldn't use Natasha Cooper.
I don't even think your people know that my channel became successful because of you. You were giving
it was
me
more because of what's his name? What's the guy?
Well, I had all the new info on Chris Watts. I got it from you and that weirdo.
Yeah,
Remember
what's
that
his
guy?
name? The gay guy.
Yeah, that was lying that says that he was having a gay affair with Chris Watts.
Yes. God, that was forever ago. I forget his name
when
now.
we got the discovery, oh my God.
Yeah. And I I remember because you and I had each other's phone number.
Trent Bolt.
Yes, Trent Bolt, thank you. We had each other's phone number, and I remember I was on a break in Golden, Colorado, and I had called you or vice versa to tell you about the video, like the text that I got from my friend Patrick and about Trent Bolt. And then the Chris Watts, you actually, I think, really were the one that made the Chris Watts case a thing.
Yeah. I was the first one to even make a video about them. And that's when the whole Gray Hughes and everybody else was like, who the F is this girl?
You know what's crazy? I'll never forget, like, even before I heard anything, I was on my bus, and the girl that I was relieving her off her shift, she said, did you hear the guy confessed that up in, I think she said Weld County or whatever, that killed his family? And I was like, what are you talking about? I had no idea. Little did I know how much I would know about that fucking bullshit case after that.
And how many times you did drive-bys.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, you guys, he legit is like, hey, I'm going to take a drive by the Watts house just for kicks and see what's going on and spy. And their house was so accessible because it's right at the T-bone.
Yeah.
Right at that specific T. Do you remember when I picked up the rocks and everybody?
I was just going to say that.
You want to know something? I never took the rocks. I knew that the video was going to be stupid and boring if I didn't do something. Now, obviously, I wasn't going to try to get into the house. Obviously, I wasn't going to try to do something that was illegal. But I said, oh, here, you want a rock? Do you know how many rocks were actually missing from that property?
Oh Lord, people are going to start ripping paneling off that fucking place.
I left them. And they wanted a reason to be outraged. And I'm like, oh, you're mad because I picked up some rocks? Really? Right. You need to take it and focus all that anger into something else.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that killed those babies. For some reason, nobody's really outraged by him. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Why are you more mad at me by picking up rocks outside the house and putting stickers on my boobs while drinking vodka and I wasn't mocking. I did an impression, just like I do an impression of everybody.
Hey, I love Lana, and she got a lot of shit for her little parody thing too.
Yeah, that's fine. But guess what? They're more mad at me. I didn't smother those children. I didn't choke Shanann out. I didn't do any of that. I didn't stick their heads into an oil friggin' like what happened to those babies was so bad. The way that they left Shanann and those babies was so bad. And
Okay, Scotty.
he's got women sending him letters. People send him money. And people, did you know that Chris Watts' mother loved Molly Golightly? Did you know that? I'm talking about Chris's mom, not Shanann's
She loves
mom.
me too. Chris Watts' mom.
Yeah, what the
Kim
fuck is
told me
that?
that.
She was, and now the thing is I had an active, ongoing friendship in the beginning with the Ruseks, but the thing is with the Ruseks, it was Shanann's brother that was the problem. It wasn't Shanann's parents. Like that, I really felt so bad for the mother. Like she really was a very nice lady. And I remember when she, call up and cry, and you just can't understand it because I'm a wife and a mother as well. I live in the suburbs as well. I work and go live as well. You never know when you're like, imagine laying next to someone every single night, building a life with them. You cook, you clean, and you're pregnant, and your husband's out there doing this. That's a really scary thing.
Can I tell
It's
you something? So, it's on subject but off. So yesterday, because I live in a secure building, and I don't know what it is with me. Well, first of all, I've always said Chris Watts to me was hot, right? So I sent Nikki, like when people come in the building, it snaps a picture of them when I buzz them in or when they call. This guy I hooked up with like over a month ago, identical to Chris Watts. I'll send you his picture. I sent it to Nikki. Hold on, I'm going to send it to you. But hey,
Oh my.
Nikki. And hold
Hey,
on, I have to pee.
Robbie's gonna end up on fucking investigation discovery.
Yeah, he is. I know he is. He's gonna die soon. You know that, right?
Yes,
I've already predicted it. I don't want it to happen, but
I know.
they're gonna kill him.
I know. That's what I keep telling him.
It's
I can
that
see it.
grinder. My friend Giovanni Lobo, you can Google him. He was my friend. He's a professional cheerleading coach, and he went on Grinder
Check
in
your
Miami.
text, Marissa.
And
Check your
the
text.
guy went back to his apartment. Oh my God, really? Wow.
Actually, I'll just show him. Fuck it. This is one of the guys I hooked up with. He looks just like Chris Watts. And I told him that. And he was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Well, don't worry. It's a compliment, but he killed his whole family."
Yeah. Wow.
I'll just put it on the screen. Hold up.
Actually, if Robbie doesn't
Hold on.
get
I'm going to
killed,
pee
he's
too.
gonna go on a spree. I feel like it's gonna be one or the others. He's
I
gonna
think
get killed, or he's gonna
I
just
think
go on a crazy fucking spree.
Marissa thinks I'm going to kill somebody too.
no, I think you're gonna get murdered.
Marissa keeps saying, "You're going to kill somebody."
So my friend Giovanni, and he went on Grinder and he met up with this guy, and the guy went back to his house. They did drugs together, and then the guy turned, stabbed him 27 times, and then locked the door behind him. And he was found 3 days later. The cops wouldn't do anything about it.
What?
Yep, it's you can Google it. It was on the news. I didn't
What
know.
state?
I was at like a steakhouse in Chicago, and I was like, I wonder what my friend Giovanni's up to. Boom. Bada bing,
What
bada
state?
Miami, Dade County, Florida. Joany Lobo, Lobo.
Let me look this up.
Murder. Joany, Joany. He was a lot like Oscar. Like he was kind of feminine and a bitch.
Oh, did he fall out of a building?
No, he was stabbed.
Oh wait.
JoanyLobo. There's only one Giovanni Lobo. Oh my God, look at him.
There's my Chris Watts hookup
Yeah.
on the screen, guys. Doesn't he look just like him?
Oh my God.
Yep.
A little bit.
Oh my
The glasses and everything.
god. So
Oh,
what
yeah.
did you do with him?
What do you think I did?
Tell us in detail. What did you do?
Um,
So when you opened the
We-
door, did you immediately kiss, or did you have a drink first?
we went to my bedroom.
You went directly to the bedroom.
Yes.
So gay guys don't even like act like straight people, where we like kind of engage and.
No,
Introduce
I don't see any
yourselves.
purpose. I mean, what's the point?
Do you introduce yourselves?
No, I mean, you don't really even know each other's names, really, unless you save each other's phone numbers, because you don't even really get each other's phone numbers. I mean, because you just talk in Grindr. What's the point? AJ. You know?
I mean, you can if you want to, but
Yeah. I
Okay,
don't see a
Grandpa.
purpose because I'm not looking for a relationship, so, you know.
Duh.
Well, this cat.
Women are way different. I often wonder, do we have any lesbians in the chat? Do the lesbians work?
Yeah,
Are they-
Machete is a lesbian, I believe.
Machete?
I don't-
There's Siren. Siren, why are you cammed up like that's your job?
because I
He's
have
always
never
cammed up.
not cammed up. Unless
No,
I'm blowing my nose or eating, you will always see me on camera. So
yeah, I'm normally like that too, but I look.
I'm on my phone, so. Hey, sweet pea.
Oh God, AJ.
Oh, AJ says she's a lesbian.
AJ lesbian?
Oh, look,
Is
there's
Lebanon-
Machete. Yep. See, she says the lesbian is here.
So ask the lesbians if they work quickly too, or do they just kind of weasel in? Like, do they weasel
And Becky
in?
was a lesbian until she met me, she says. And that's a fact. Wait, say that one more time, Marissa. Ask him what?
Question is for the lesbians: do they wine and dine, or do they just go to the? Because I want to advocate for
Like
lesbians.
the Home Depot? Do you think they
I
have
just-
dates at the Home Depot?
I want to advocate because I do the menopausal thing a lot, and I don't think that lesbians should have to go through their period and menopause and all that stuff. So I
What?
think that I don't. It's not fair. If they're lesbians, then why should they have to go through that?
So how do we prevent that? Like a hysterectomy? I'm confused.
Well, they are having hysterectomies. I think that they should be free.
Fuck,
And-
no,
and-
we should all be free from that.
Oh, Dr.
Well-
Machete says I was wine dined and I'm guessing 69. Listen, if
I'm
I
a
like
lesbian,
somebody, like
says
if I
Bernie.
want to be,
But this is
Like,
the thing.
there's-
What I'm saying is he just said that when Chris Watts got to his apartment, they went straight to the bedroom. Oh, so you
No.
do wine and stuff.
Because it's Robbie, though.
Hey.
well, because the
If-
basis of that is a hookup. Sorry, Siren, go ahead.
hey, if all four of us had oral sex together, it would be 138.
138?
Yep.
Oh, like 69 times 4?
No, 69 times 2 because there's 4 of us. So.
Oh, God, you're really good at math. That turns me on.
I don't care.
I see, but Marissa, no, it's so if we all had oral sex, it would be 69 times 2, which is 134.
Not if we
138.
not if we do some human centipede kind of shit.
Oh, shit. Now that's some freaky ass shit. I refused. What you want to know? The last time that Siren came out and visited me, he had on my
Oh, no.
television. He was watching Teeth. Do you know what that is, Marissa?
No.
It's this horror movie about the vagina that grows teeth and like kills people.
Oh, there's a name for that.
Oh,
Vagina.
you're talking about they call it the there is a name for it. Yes.
Vagina
dentata.
dentata.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
See,
Hakuna Matata.
I don't know.
What?
Vagina dentata. Yeah.
She
teeth-
said
Vagina
Hakuna
dentitis.
Matata.
See, I don't.
How come no?
Marissa, when you're on Grinder, okay, for the most part, I mean, there are guys on there that want dates, but that's very rare. It's a hookup app, so it tells you how many feet away you are from people and blah blah blah, and so you there's never a conversation of like, hey, would you like to go to the movie? It's like the first thing
No.
that's said is, do you need that dick sucked?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Ugh, God,
straight people do that too, though.
Oh,
no,
really?
I've never.
I heard. I don't know.
But I also have been married for 22 years, and I've
Yeah,
never
so
been
you have
on that. Um.
But Marissa,
I,
what about like when you call those dating lines and prank them and stuff? Like you hear how filthy they are.
yes, they are. Yes. I gotta mentally prepare myself for BBC. For real. I do. Because sometimes we get guys that are like, oh, I'm into incest, where I'm like, what?
Okay, I'm back. My alarm went off
And then
again. No,
they're
Nikki, how come
married.
you never do that?
What?
Nikki, you need to do a live stream where you call those dating lines because that shit's fucking funny.
I don't have the patience for that. It would be like me and Hormaxer.
Oh my god. Do you know who Hormaxer is, Marissa?
No.
He's
Oh
fucking
God.
hilarious. He lives in Vegas. He's all about sex. He's all about alpha male swingers clubs. He comes in the chat, but usually only when I'm late night streaming because he's a
He
Vegas man.
he hates me.
Well,
He
because you
hates
won't
me.
have sex with him. That's why.
Well, that and we we went up on his panel and I pretended that I was a adult movie star, whatever.
Yeah, that triggered the shit out of him. Nikki, like we played a prank on Hormaxer and said that Nikki was an ex porn star, and he got really mad because he wanted to see the videos, but we were
Oh, he thought
lying.
he was interviewing me.
Honestly, it's
And
hard for me to even think about sex right now because I was downstairs eating a big ball of fucking fresh mozzarella cheese, and now I have stomach ache. I don't know
Oh,
if I need to take a shit or throw up.
you should take a shit. I did it while I was on mute a couple of minutes ago.
Me and you, people don't know this about you and I. Every time we're on the toilet, we FaceTime.
Yeah, well, you're very open about it. I usually keep my camera off. You don't give a fuck. Marissa will set the camera down in the bathroom, right facing the toilet, and be like, "All right, what's up?" Oh, Nikki, do you want to explain to Marissa? I was trying to tell her and explain the process of what Oscar was doing yesterday.
yes, well, I was talking to Robbie, and I don't know how it started, but Oscar wanted to grow his cock, and
Yeah.
so he got the pump, and Robbie was telling him how to do it, and he was, for some ungodly reason, just wanted me to watch,
Yep,
and so I did.
yep. And he was pumping away. And good for him
I
for
thought he
doing
was
that
going to get
because
hurt. I was
Well,
concerned.
Oscar is like me. He likes to send his full body nudes to his friends. And good for him because I was worried about him for a while because some of the nudes he sent, I was like, oh, wow, that's looking really small. He got that thing pumped up to an exceptional size, folks.
I have
Did
a
he not,
question about.
Nikki? Oh, yeah, go
I have
ahead.
a question. Do people use it to masturbate with or to get a
That's
hard
what
on?
I thought.
You could. I mean, I think a lot of it is for like strippers or adult film stars to make their junk because it does. It makes it way bigger and longer and thicker because it sucks
Does it
it.
pump your penis or your balls?
So it pumps your peen part.
Oh,
Here,
I
I'll
see.
show it to you. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh wait, it's in the shower. I had to wash it because Oscar fucking
hold
used it
on.
forever.
I got my readers. Where is it?
Okay, hold on. So
It kind of reminds me of a breast pump.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's different kinds. This one is a manual. So you got to do all the work yourself.
Ugh.
See this? So hold on.
Oh, goodness, really?
So you would stick it in there, okay? So it's gonna be down like that, and then you pump,
It's
Does it
pump,
make your
pump, pump,
useful.
pump. I can
Does it
get
make your
mine
thing
to
bigger?
go all the way up here. What?
Wow. Wow.
Mine
Really?
goes
You're
all the
doing
way
it
up
to
here. I can get mine. You.
this
Yep.
bitch. Huh.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they make an actual medical version too for like people who have like erectile dysfunction and things like that.
Would
too.
you
It
like
costs
to
like
see
hundreds
one
of dollars?
Would you like to see one of my other pieces of machinery?
Yeah.
Hold on. This one is electric.
Show us the doll.
This one is for pleasure. I can't show the doll because it's naked and it's genitalia.
Oh.
Yeah,
Put
I
underwear
can
on
show
it.
those.
Put
Okay,
on
so
it.
this.
Shut up,
Oh
Violet.
shit!
Shut up.
All right, so this thing is what I like to call a cocksucker. I keep it under my bed. Can you see me?
Yes.
Do you see this?
What? What the?
What? It looks like an eggplant.
Stick it in there, and there's about 100 different settings: vibrate, suck, pump, pulse. This will
Oh
get the
my
job done, folks. And it does. You got to charge that bitch.
Oh my God.
And put that shit on full charge, and you're good to go.
Imagine beating the shit out of somebody with that.
What?
I would. That could be a weapon.
Yeah, it does look like a bullhorn machete. But the only thing is, like, when I use it, I feel like I'm like telling on myself to the neighbors because it's very loud. It's like, hey, catch me if you
Okay.
can.
No. I gotta pee. Hold on.
What?
I gotta pee.
Okay. Keep your camera on. You know what I should have 71. I should clone my cock for my haters and put it up on my merch site. Seriously.
You should. I'm sorry.
They'd
I
love
didn't
that.
You should do what?
Like, you know how you could buy those Clone-A-Willy things where you clone
Oh
your
yeah.
and females can do it too. You could do clone your vag.
You can?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where? Give me the link.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
Robbie-
So Marissa, like, what, Siren?
I said, I suggested that probably maybe 3 years ago. I was like, you suggested that once. I was like, okay, I'm down. If you do it, I'll do it too. And you laughed it off.
Yep. Well,
No,
I'm
he's
game
just-
now. But okay, so Marissa, like when your husband, if he goes on business trips or whatever, right? So if you miss him, it's a mold. So it's like clay. Is it rubber? Is it silicone, Siren? I don't know what.
I think there's different ones. There's plaster, depending on what you're using it for.
Oh, okay.
My
Yeah,
Silicone,
so
yeah.
you clone. So you're gonna have to. The directions are very specific. You're gonna have to keep it erect in
Can I
this
tell you-
mold while it dries.
Is
Can
she
I
on the
tell you
toilet?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on the toilet.
Not. Oh, okay.
Something? This is so
What?
funny. Do you guys know the actor Jamie Kennedy?
Yes, I
Yeah.
love him.
You want to hear about something really embarrassing that happened?
What?
I was at the hotel about to check out, and he got into the elevator, and I was about to leave, and I was about to get to the car, and while I was there, my snow toothbrush went on in my bag.
Wait a minute. What is that? Is that for your
It's
vag?
a toothbrush, but it's a vibrating toothbrush, and it
Oh,
has UV. Yeah, it was almost like this weirdo fucking thing, and I'm like, no way. And the thing is, there was music on in the thing. There was a He didn't say anything, but there was music on in the elevator, and I was talking. I was like, "Bye." Yeah, but that happened.
Okay, so
That
he's not really attractive anymore, but back in the
I love
day in the early Scream movies, he was hot.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
Marissa always rubs it in my face that she meets all these people at these conventions from the Scream movies.
Yeah, but I pay for it. It's not like a flex, like they're my friends.
And do you know that I moved the picture that you got autographed for me from
Of
Nev
Nev?
Campbell? It's right here above my computer now. Hold on.
It says, Robbie, stop being a little bitch.
Oh. Tell everyone what she said when you said to write that.
She goes, so who's Robbie? I go, oh, he's my friend. He's social media. I go, he wanted to come, but he's out in Denver. He couldn't come. And then I told her, I said, we actually dated the same guy. She goes, who? I go, blank, blank. Thing is she actually really dated and was in a relationship with him, where more as like I just kind of had like a one-nighter with him, and I said the name, and she goes,
You were a hoe?
Yeah. She goes, ugh, like that. And I went, yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't really talk about this. I like to keep things to myself.
So you got...
Yes.
You share...
what year it was. And I told her.
So did you get her sloppy seconds or vice versa?
Vice versa. It was me first.
Sydney Prescott got your sloppy seconds.
So did Paris Hilton.
What?
I got with Nick before Paris Hilton.
Oh, I forgot she dated him.
Yeah.
And what? Okay.
What?
Wait. So, but you never with Aaron Carter, right? Just Nick.
I never even met Aaron, but me and Aaron were friends, yeah. But we never met in person. I know I would never do anything. I was married.
Did you watch his documentary on Netflix yet?
The Netflix documentary or Hulu? The one at the end. Something happens to me. It was my brother. At the very end.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see the one with the siblings. I thought that was stupid, but it took me like almost a year to watch the Fallen Idols one, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And watched it immediately because he wanted to see if we could have legal recourse. Because they did say, Mercy, you may want to watch this, but Adrian watched it. It took me almost a year to watch, and then when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of stupid. So yeah.
When is the last time you talked to Aaron Carter, like before he died?
Isn't that night or something? The day before?
No, God Almighty.
I thought it was.
No. A night? No. A couple of weeks, he Instagrammed me, and I didn't like what he said. It made me uncomfortable. I mean, it wasn't like he's never badmouthed me. He's never been disrespectful to me. For all intents and purposes, he was never ugly with me. But the girlfriend was very jealous of the way that he spoke to me and spent so much time talking to me, because he would tell his girlfriend, you need to be more like Marissa. Marissa knows how to take care of him. Like, she had a legit reason to hate me. And then when she said, I don't want you talking to that woman anymore, he really went downhill, because when he started getting better is when I was talking to him. So a lot of...
Did you ever life coach him?
All right. The truth is, yes and no. He was not a legit client, but he knew I was a life coach and called me incessantly for advice on things. So yes and no. But when he died, I was not having long conversations or even phone conversations with him. But when he was attacked, when he was physically attacked and he had all the marks and the girlfriend went to jail, I was the first person he talked to. He lifted up his shirt and showed me the indents in his back of his neck, and I said, "What?" Now the thing is I always told Aaron, I said, "You two are gonna kill each other." I did. I didn't like her. I said, "This is not good, Aaron." I said, "Oh my God, you need to find a girl that's on that level, that wants a family, that wants to settle down." I go, "This girl's wild." And she was in the sex industry. I wanted a little bit better for him. I did. And she's kind of slow. She's on the
Oh wait,
spectrum.
she's an adult film star?
Not an adult film star, but she works in a very questionable bar where she gives drinks in her underwear. And then she's got the OnlyFans, and she's
Okay.
she's not what I wanted him to have. And he actually said, "I want to move to Hershey." How much he wanted to be by me. He wanted, because, he would call me and I would be making food and, making lasagnas and stuff. And he'd be like, "Oh my God." And he used to tell, "You need to be more like Marissa. She knows how to take care of a man." And he even said in front of her, like, "You need to watch her videos." Yeah. But
I even when he looked kind of sickly, I always thought he was really hot.
I think he's hot too.
Yeah.
Honestly, there was two sides to him. When he was sweet, he was very sweet, and you felt that gentleness, and that's the only thing that he's ever showed me. And I'm being honest, I'm not even allowed to talk about this, but because the trial's coming up, and people think that Nick Carter and his wife offed him or something. They also think that the girlfriend killed him. That didn't happen, you guys, and it wasn't P. Diddy either.
P. Diddy?
Did he inhale duster or something?
Yes.
Wait, plaster?
He was puffing hands. He was taking Xanax, and honestly, the girlfriend was supplying the Xanax. Yes.
Sorry, my signal was cutting out.
Listen, a lot of people in the future are going to be asked, "Were you Aaron's life coach?" But the thing is all of it is recorded, because he recorded every phone call, every video thing. He had everything backed up on different devices. He had different phone numbers, and he recorded everything. He was that paranoid. And when he died, that girlfriend pulled up to his house with a Penske rental truck, took everything that was worth something, got rid of the pugs, and
what?
Yeah, she did. And then the police seized the computers and his phones, and when they did that, they did that FBI analysis thing where they downloaded everything, so they knew who he was talking to. And when I tell you, this shit goes so deep, it's so deep. When I heard some of the stuff that is gonna come out, you guys, the thing is he engaged with some really shady people. Mm-hmm. And one of them was a legit murderer that was out on bail. I had never heard of him. And then the police went over, talked to that murderer, and he said, "Yeah, I was friends with Aaron, and he wanted me to do something to somebody." And I told him, "I ain't going to jail for no white people like that." And yeah, I'm dying to see what was on his computer. It will be released. Because remember, really? Nick's getting blamed for it. Yeah, he's getting blamed for offing his brother. They had their issues, but I'll tell you one thing. Them two, they loved each other. They definitely did. And when Aaron and his brother weren't talking, whenever Nick had him in a timeout or his sister had him in a timeout, it was eating him alive.
Well, can you imagine? I mean, siblings tend to have like that, not rivalry, but like my brother, he's always been more successful. He was way more good looking like my whole life and stuff. So I could only imagine if we both were celebrities, there has to be some sort of weird rivalry anyways to begin with.
There was.
Well, I think I heard something about how I guess their parents were like really fucking ignorant and irresponsible, and Nick always worried about, like, kind of took care of his brother whenever he could, even when he was on tour and stuff. Is that true?
He tried. He
Like
tried.
he'd call home and make sure he was.
Honestly, I think, I'm only saying I think, but I think that the Backstreet Boys, like the other guys, and they've had the same.
Oh, AJ is so hot. The
They've-
Backstreet Boy AJ. Oh,
You know that, right?
wait,
I hope-
what? No, I think you told me you had sex with him, or
Yes, she did.
oh God, you lucky bitch.
No, there's some people that say that I slept with all of them. I did not, and I wouldn't.
I would. Fuck it. I don't give a damn. They're all hot. Except I never really thought Nick Carter was hot because I'm not really into
I
blondes.
know. I didn't find him hot either, but he was the only one I could get. Well, until AJ came running into the room.
AJ is hot, man. He's
They
like,
had rooms, and I was lucky. I
But-
always had backup girls with me because I never wanted to go up to the room by myself.
I read that article in the Star magazine.
Did you believe the whole thing?
Well, no, it was the Star.
No, the real story was there was another girl that was mixed in there, and she was trying to peddle the story years later.
Amy or Anne, what was her name? I don't even know if it was her real name.
Marie or something like that.
Yeah.
She was trying to say that it never came out though, that she got pregnant by Howie because she was mad because Howie said no strings attached. She went crazy. So then she
Howie
hooked up
could get it too. Shit, he's hot.
So I honestly did that story because I knew she was trying to sell, some bogus story to them. So I kind of interjected. And
That is why, Natasha, because we know you're listening, that is why I have a YouTube channel. That's why anybody knows who I am, is because of Marissa. It is not because of you.
No, it was definitely me.
Because that whole story, the Nick Carter thing, is like, I remember I lived with Cody.
Oh, wow.
Dream.
Yes, Dream. We went to the Dream. It was the Y2K concert. They had 98 Degrees there, Dream, Ryan Cabrera, O-Town. And so then afterwards, I was trying to look up Dream's new music because they said they were coming out with a new album. I was so excited, but they never did. But they released a single, and then up pops this crazy woman named Jake's mom on my YouTube, and I'm like, who's this bitch? And it was Marissa.
Remember.
Yeah.
And she would sit on her couch, and she had this gray tracksuit, but it was like form fitting. It was a zipper up hoodie. Yes, it was that long. It was long. It was a long time ago, and the matching. I think it was matching pants.
What is Marissa doing?
I'm watching The Legend of Billie Jean.
Oh, I thought because you kept saying hello. Yeah, and she that's what she was covering. I don't even know if you were talking about true crime at that time.
No,
because it was
I didn't even realize that what I was talking about really was a crime, and now it's going to court 8 years later.
That's crazy.
It's unreal. It's unreal what she has done with this girl.
So I've known you for 8 years then, because I didn't even have a channel back then.
There's no one to blame but herself. I told her to cut it out. She didn't listen. Now she's in a big heap of trouble. There's nothing I can do. Sorry.
Well, and see, so nothing like that has ever happened to me in my life, except recently. So I never, when what?
I just saw AJ's comment. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I'd never been assaulted sexually, ever. And, in my adult years, I pass it out like candy, so I never thought anything like that could happen. And so, when I hear people talking about it and stuff, I think it feels good to talk about. Nikki has gone through way worse in her childhood than I could ever imagine, with sexual assaults and stuff, and people use that against you. I could see, explaining yourself or venting, but there's some people that, when they talk about it, stuff just doesn't sit right. But now going
you're right.
listening to people talk about my personal experience like they were in my bedroom that day,
Right.
I could kind of, like, I
Yeah,
see
but
both sides of it, you know?
the story hasn't changed 19 times.
Oh, well, haven't you heard my story did change because it taking the power out of the word rape, I told people I'm just going to start calling it a really bad hookup. Oh, well, was it a bad hookup or were you raped? I'm like, Jesus Christ, why do you care? Shut the fuck up.
I'll tell you one thing. I know, I kind of am not a victim. I wasn't. I did have something happen when I was 19, but I did fight him off. And not all people are lucky to have that. But I have to say, what makes me furious is the fact that from here on out, well, from 8 years ago, here on out, the real victims in the future, they're not going to be taken seriously, and people are always going to second guess what they're saying because so many people are muddying the pond with false allegations that people scoff at it now, especially if the person is, has a little bit of money.
Right. See, for me, like I'm pretty open about my sex life to begin with or anything. So when I talked about like what happened to me and then people are spreading it around anyways, like it felt good. But there's nothing to benefit from it. You know, there should never be anything to benefit from something like that. Like it shouldn't be used, you know?
No, she was extorting him and it started out in the millions. And then when it came down to $750,000, that's when Nick said, fuck you, I'm not a rapist. And that's when he lawyered up and said, I'm going to fight them. And he's not going to give up. They've been trying to shake him down for money, extortion-wise, for years. And they never told me. I didn't know this until my mom died about the extortion. And I said, why didn't you tell me this? And they were like, we didn't know how. And I'm like, so we'll see all the evidence when it goes to court.
Yeah.
But guess what? 71 attempts to get her to do a deposition.
What?
71 attempts, and she just now put in something to discuss. She's demanding to see what's on Aaron Carter's computer. I want to see what's on Aaron Carter's computer.
Wow.
Yes, 71 attempts. Did you know that the Supreme Court told her, it was in headlines, told her, you have made a reckless use of the justice system. They denied her dismissal because she wanted it to be thrown out of court. They said, no chance. What you're claiming is factually impossible. And then the other girl, that Shannon girl, she said she had to do her deposition in front of Nick Carter. And she confessed that she wasn't at the concert. She was never on his tour bus and she never met him. So
Jesus.
Yeah, they're all dropping like flies. And it's getting worse for her because she won't cooperate with her free attorneys. So she's gonna end up facing backlash from the state if she doesn't comply. And the thing is like there's a part of me that's just like, you know what? The mental illness or whatever's going on with this freaking girl, like, you've done enough damage. When are you just gonna get this over with? But no, she wants that payout. She just wants a payout. That's all it is.
Well, I do recall, because, I've always been a big Dream fan. I do recall when I came across, because I looked up Holly's channel, like Holly, like she just has a beautiful singing voice. Holly does, the lead singer.
She was the lead singer, yeah.
Yeah, and when I looked up...
that girl. She wants nothing to do with that girl. You know that, right?
No, I didn't. Maybe, well, that's probably why they didn't continue with their album, and they're like, but then when I saw Melissa's channel, I remember there was a video she made, and it was pretty cringy video. It was her talking, I want to say for about 20 minutes, and the title said, I need to be, I think, relevant again, or something, and she was talking. She's like, "What do I need to do? Do I need to be crazy? Do I? I need to be back." Like, and the whole video was themed like she needs to be relevant, and it was kind of set up, made like a parody, like a joke,
Yeah,
but it was very weird.
Was very, very, very off. Very off.
And you know, I think that she
very comfortable to watch. She's very, because of the eyes, and it's like an uncomfortable humor. Like, it's like such a dark. It's awkward. That's the word.
And then she tried doing like it was kind of like a series. Like, have you guys ever seen Web Therapy with Lisa Kudrow? It's an improv show that was like she's a web therapist, and she would have all these stars on there. And she tried doing something like that for a while. And see, I think that she, like her look and everything, she could have done a lot. I don't really know her singing voice because Holly was the lead singer. The other girl, like Ashley's a good fucking singer too. I love her.
I've heard
Ashley
nothing
cool.
about the other girls, to be honest with you. There's a guy in our group that said that when he worked at TRL in New York, that she was the only one that thought she was too good to talk to the fans and things like that. Like, she always thought that her shit didn't stink. I mean,
whatever happened to Casey?
Who's Casey?
Casey was the one who replaced Melissa Schumann in the girl group Dream, but then 9/11 happened and then the group broke up.
She was really pretty too.
Yeah, Casey is actually so Casey is who Ashley Poole, she married Casey's brother. And then I don't know, Casey just dipped out. I'm a big pop girl group geek and I fucking loved Dream. They're so nostalgic to me. Their music. But that was also the first album I bought when I came out of the closet. So, I don't know. It has some sort of magic to it. That's why, like, the whole Melissa Schumann shit and all that, like, to me, I was like, oh, don't spoil the magic.
I didn't know anything. I learned as I went on, and it got worse and worse and worse and worse. I didn't know I was exposing something big. You don't know what people's intentions are. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about this girl. But I know I read the blog. She took it down over a year ago. She took it down completely. Yeah. And the thing is she had to, because she changed her story to she got roofied. And we know why she said she was roofied. Well, what, 5 years after maybe? I don't know. I lose count. 4 or 5 years later, she said, I was roofied. What? Like, it's just real. It's a bad situation. And I don't get any pleasure out of saying anything mean about her. I'm just like, I've been over it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. I mean, and Nikki, I'm sure, Nikki knows, because people have fucking talked about her being trafficked as a child nonstop on here. But like even mine, that's like what, not even 2 months ago. But some of the shit like is just a blur, and people like, it's like they want details. It's like, fuck you. So I could understand how like sometimes it seems like someone's story changes, or it seems like they're holding information or they change something. But like, when you're changing huge parts of the story, I mean, obviously that's a problem, or completely changing what you said to begin with. But I mean, even looking back, I don't know about you, Nikki, but when people like seriously think they have the right to question me and be like, well, what this, and why didn't you do this and that? It's like, first of all, fuck you. But like, why, even looking back at that night, that guy was in my room. Well, actually it was early morning. I mean, there's so many things that like, I can't even fucking remember, because, it's like when something like that's fucking happening, it's weird. And it's almost like, I feel like my mind was like just fucking trying to get through it quickly, to the point where I'm not even registering shit. So, I mean, it does ruin things for people that have actually been through stuff. Sorry, Nikki.
Well, anybody who starts screeching for proof of something like that, first of all, that is fucking deviant to me. When I heard them start asking for proof, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, who says that?
Yeah.
I don't believe I have ever
Hey,
said that in my entire life.
do you have a screenshot of the guy that did that to you?
Yeah, I showed Nikki at the front door. Yeah, and I have his pictures too. I'll send them. Yep. And see, and also, I don't know if I told you,
I'm
but
sorry.
I've told people privately why I'm not, like, why I didn't go to the police or anything. Like, there's a valid reason for that. And people, they're like, well, you should have reported it. I'm like, fuck you. And like putting responsibility on me, saying, well, if he does this to someone else, well, for clearly this dude is the guy that was here that did that to me. He's not right in the head. He was talking to himself in different accents, and he did the accents perfect. He did a Middle Eastern accent. He did a Southern one. He's crazy.
I don't think I don't think that real victims should put that heat on, or any people should put heat on a victim to come up and say this or give any sort of explanation. I think that real victims have to process what's going on, unless it's like a real clear and present kind of thing. But if you don't
Marissa, they're out here like I'm putting I don't even know this man's name. Okay, we met on the hookup app. I don't even fucking know his name. So they're like, he's out here defaming this guy. I'm like, okay, first of all, I've never said his name. I've never showed his picture. I've spoke about a fucked up experience I had. I'm not out here fucking like, slandering somebody or anything, because it's a fact. It fucking happened and it was fucking weird. Like, okay, women, for the most part, you guys have sex in your vagina, right? Well, for you women or men who have ever done anal sex and it's not comfortable, it's not a normal thing for you, I'm not a bottom. So when that's forced on me, that shit was it was painful and it was annoying. What?
tell him no.
Yes. And because Marissa, when he came over, I was here with it's a regular hookup guy that I hook up with. That's a bottom. And we were feeling frisky, and he's like, ooh, it'd be hot if we had another top here, like tag team. I was like, okay. So we find this guy on Sniffies, which is like Grinder. And he comes over for the other guy, not for me, and he goes straight for me. And I was like, oh, no. I'm the other top. And he was really rude to the other guy that was here. He cannonballed in the bed between us and pushed the guy off the bed. So my friend was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go. And he left. And as soon as that door closed, that motherfucker like pinned me down. And he was built like a football player. I didn't fucking stand a chance. So I went along with it. And when I say that, because I'm not going to lie about what happened, people are like, oh, so you just went along with it and did it? I'm like, what else was I going to do? Of course I did. I was what?
Were you afraid of him?
Yeah, because this man had pure darkness in his eyes. And I was very intrigued actually by him, like watching him talk to himself. Like out loud. But what I was intrigued about is that he didn't care that he was in the company of other people before my friend left. And he was comfortable doing that. Like that was normal. It was very strange.
Excuse me.
Yeah, AJ, I mean, who knows? And it did cross my mind, and I never ever thought in my life that I'd be in a situation where I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to be dead by the time this is over. But that did cross my mind many fucking times.
Did you think about me?
No, not at all.
Me saying, I know you're in trouble.
Yeah, I thought this is all Marissa's fault.
Yeah. She might.
But no, he was saying very weird fucking things. And then people ran with this one thing I said, because while he was, doing me, out of nowhere, he said, that's my favorite channel. And I would try to like talk to him because he was talking while I'm like, what's your favorite channel? So I didn't know if maybe this guy, I did something to him or ignored him on Grindr or Sniffies, or if he saw my channel before or something, because he also said this has been 2 years in the making. And when he was going for me, the only time he was nice to my friend is when he said, "I'm sorry, I've just had my eyes on him for a long time." When he was like going from, and I'm like, what? So obviously this guy, maybe I ignored him on Grindr or something before. I don't fucking know. So yeah. And then before he left, he asked for a wire hanger, and I couldn't fucking get him a wire hanger quick enough to get him the fuck out of here. Take the hanger, get the fuck out. And he actually had the nerve. I don't even think I've told you guys this online. I think I've told my friends. He had the nerve to text me later saying, "Hey, do you want me to come back?" Yeah, no. No.
I didn't know that part. The channel thing or whatever. Like that's fucking creepy.
And I didn't know when he said that because I'm like, what? And my Save Robbie pillow was on my bed. So he didn't clarify what he was talking about.
Oh, God.
Yeah, LMP. And it's not like, I mean, my situation was very light, okay? I invited this man in my home for a sexual experience, not the one that happened. But that doesn't make it okay for like what happened. And people make it seem like that, when you invite people over to your house for dinner, or if you have a date with somebody at your house, cook dinner for them, that doesn't mean you're asking for shit like that to happen, even if you invite them over for sex.
No, and I'm pretty sure most people understand that concept. But anybody who says otherwise is just a pig. I mean...
And when you tell somebody like, "Hey, that hurts, can you at least slow down?" and they laugh and go harder, like that's not normal.
No. It's also not normal for even the people on this platform, like the way they talk about that. And, it's very strange. Because imagine in your real life that people do not act like that. You don't hang around and just fucking talk about other people's traumas the way that they do on here. And it just shows who these people are. They're fucking deranged.
Yeah. And look, that didn't work. That's what I'm saying. Like, talking about my rape didn't work. Talking about your rape, Nikki, didn't work. Having my parents on panel didn't work. Doing all this shit, it's one thing after another. They keep reaching. And it's like, dude, when are you going to realize your bullshit that you guys do on here, like your actions speak louder than what you're fucking claiming you're doing shit for? And Natasha, you could shout from the rooftops every single day saying, he wished, and her audience believes it, he wished SA on my 2-year-old grandchild. That is not how that fucking was worded or said. And I've said repeatedly, I stand by what I said. You're making fun of somebody being assaulted. So when I say, I hope one day you know what it feels like, what you're doing to me, regardless of who it happens to that you care about, I stand by that, because that's how karma works.
She doesn't absorb information very well. None of them do. That's why they're all hanging around together, because they can all be confused together. And they don't call each other out. They don't fucking correct each other. They just sit around in the fucking swamp fucking being potatoes.
Yeah. And AJ, I mean, pretty much any gay man I know, I don't know, Siren, if you have anything like it. I mean, that's just part of the lifestyle. Like we're more sexual, and most gay men have a Grindr account, and most gay men, we're not on there to date. We're on there to hook up,
Unlike some people being on social media to date, Natasha.
Yeah, at least I'm not using YouTube and TikTok for my virtual sex.
Yeah.
Except I do have virtual sex with Molly Golightly once in a while.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, we're having
what are you
virtuals
eating
right now.
We are. Are those marshmallows?
Oh my God.
I can't eat marshmallows. I have to. Those kind of.
I buy bags of those. Didn't I tell you about that, Robbie? How I just eat marshmallows.
Yeah. See, the only marshmallows I really like is like Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, yeah.
I do. They're rainbow colored, bitch. Even like a marshmallow like that has to be roasted, like burnt.
I've done that in my house with a lighter.
Ooh, yeah.
Fire
and a
pit,
fork.
and they make s'mores like all the time. Who the fuck is that?
What is that one sugar dessert called? It's real bougie, ritzy, fancy one. Creme brulee. Creme brulee.
I make that.
I like creme brulee. It's really good. Ooh, Lucky Charms marshmallows. Oh, they're so good. Do they make just this? You know how they do Captain Crunch berries, like only the berries? Do they do only marshmallows for Lucky Charms? Because I would eat that.
Halloween. Wait. Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking of those corn things.
They need to make just the marshmallows. But what I do when I eat Lucky Charms is I eat the cereal part first. Like I pick all the what do you call it? Like the cereal, not the marshmallows. I leave the marshmallows so that it's all marshmallows left in the milk, and then I eat them all at the same time.
I like the little bits better.
Little bits? What's that? Is that
like the little bits that are in there? In those Lucky Charms. You want to know what I really love? When you eat peanut M&Ms and you eat the blue ones first. Anybody do that?
What? Do they taste different?
I have to have the blue ones first, then the green, then the yellow, and then we go to red. Save the brown for last.
Ooh. See, I don't get people that eat plain M&Ms. I find that a complete waste. Peanuts and chocolate always go together. And I'm not a big chocolate fan, but if I have chocolate, it has to have either peanut butter or some sort of nuts. Do you like just plain chocolate?
I like hazelnut.
Oh. Wait, hazelnut chocolate?
Like Nutella, but like chocolate.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not a fan. Mm-mm.
You know what I have? I have that Dubai chocolate here. I don't like it.
Dubai? Isn't that where Lindsay Lohan lives?
Yes.
Have you ever met her?
No. But Erin told me that her pussy...
I'm sorry, come again?
She told me that her pussy stunk.
Oh, God.
I didn't ask her. I didn't ask him. But he volunteered that.
I didn't know that Lindsay Lohan had... she dated my favorite porn actor that I've just discovered, James Dean. He is hot.
You know who I would have? You know what I love?
Who?
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
He's young.
Matt Rife.
He's a comedian.
He's only 29.
He gets in so much trouble with the shit he says.
And I love it. He's coming to...
Oh, he's a YouTuber comedian, right?
No, he's doing 2 nights sold out at the fucking Madison Square Garden.
I think he's been on TMZ.
Oh, damn.
He's all over the place.
He says some rancid shit. Like, I mean, you cannot go there if you are fucking fragile.
No. Well, that's the thing.
You would get booed off of YouTube, this community.
Well, the thing is they're trying... People like Roseanne Barr and Jerry Seinfeld are saying enough with the... We have to bring...
I love Roseanne.
And it's got to be everybody's not off limits. Instead, everybody's back on. That's what they're trying to do. Like they're saying that the real problem is the fact that everyone is just getting so sensitive and offended by it.
That's true. They are. And everybody's a fucking Karen now.
Seinfeld and Roseanne Barr, because you know what? I've known Roseanne for many years. She's very good. She has been very good to me over the years. But I'll tell you one thing. She is absolutely right. She's extremely intelligent. And
she is.
She's very smart.
I listen to her podcast with her son.
We can't. It's almost like what the YouTube community, where they're like, allegedly, in my opinion. No, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Like this whole thing with the Idaho 4.
Don't you guys get it? I know that the families are outraged that there's not going to be a trial, but it's so clear as day that the prosecution's hands are tied. They can't go to trial. They can't. There's no way.
Well, he's pleading guilty, isn't he?
Yeah.
Then there's
But
nothing. They can't go to trial if he's pleading guilty. There's no reason to.
But this is the thing. He didn't do it alone. They destroyed that. They put out a documentary which already soiled everything, right? They put out so much fucking information about him that he's never going to get a fair trial. He didn't do that on his own. He didn't do it. There's no way. You can't just stab somebody and no one hears the thing. You can't have blood dripping down the walls unless it's the scene of a bloody melee. Like, and then they tore it down? No.
Oh, they tore the house down?
Yeah, like a year and 5 months ago. I was like, the school is involved. I'm telling you. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, they got this DoorDash driver that was an eyewitness. No, he's not going to get a fair trial, which means if they don't give him the what do you call it, then he can walk free.
What?
Because he can walk free if they can prove that he's not getting a fair trial. They just put out a documentary on him. You can't show everything that you're about to use against him in court to convict him. Listen, trust me, I'm no fan. And I want to know everything. But don't you guys think that it's really weird that that girl downstairs stayed in her room for 8 hours with her cell phone, saw the killer, now says she saw Dana with her face down? I just thought she was drunk. What? I thought it was a huge bloody melee. You didn't see a drop of blood? Why?
Don't hear anything?
But why aren't you calling the fucking cops? You call your friends to come over first. She even changed her name. Did you know that?
No.
Like a year and a half ago.
So, are you thinking that she maybe is possibly like involved in it or something?
I never heard her speak, but I wanted to hear her speak because I could usually get a sense. But then by the time that would happen, she would have already been coached. She already would have been.
Yeah. See, I didn't really follow that case, but go ahead, sorry.
I stayed away.
Deal. I know nothing about the case. I haven't followed it or whatever. But if the prosecutors knew they had a slam dunk case and could get the death penalty, they would be going for the death penalty and there would be no offer made. So they know that they probably can't get that. That's why they did the plea deal in the first place.
Right.
So.
And a lot of people are being protected by this, but sadly, the victims' families want that trial. And guess what? I get it. A lot of YouTubers and TikTokers are mad because they wanted content. I get it. Nancy Grace is outraged, Vinnie Politan, Court TV, because they already had all this stuff set up. So there's going to be a lot of money revenue that's lost, right? So guess what? The only people that are going to be able to make money, and let me tell you something, you can really make money if you're the family member of a child. Because I have to wonder why Gabby Petito's family is doing CrimeCon or doing autographed and photo ops.
What the
selfies.
Fuck?
Yes, yes. I donated to the Gabby Petito Foundation, and they wouldn't give me a receipt for my taxes.
Marissa, I don't know if you saw, but there was like this really like unhinged, crazy woman like outside with the laundry basket outside of one of their houses.
I saw her.
Oh my God, she was so pretty. I loved her.
She was so pretty. Yeah, she's big mouth though, real big mouth.
With the Chanel sunglasses and the purse. Love it.
Oh, that was crazy. You were on a rampage then, huh?
You know what? I just couldn't believe that the laundries were getting away with what they were doing. Because they knew they got him out. He is still alive. That kid is still alive. Anyone who believes that Brian Laundrie is dead, you are a fool. And I'll say it to your face.
Oh, you think the hottie is alive? I think. See, I don't know why I'm attracted to all these weirdo guys that kill their girlfriends and shit. He was hot too,
He had
in
sexy
my opinion.
legs. I'll give you that.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, he did.
I thought what's
So
his name was kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie.
who?
Lacey's husband. Scott
Oh,
Peterson.
really?
But he's
I
alive.
don't.
He's alive. I thought he was kind of cute. I thought
Nikki, who's your serial killer crush?
my serial killer, Vandersloot.
Who's yours, Nikki? Mine is a tie between Chris Watts and Brian Laundrie. I mean, I really can't decide.
Ew.
Oh, I want that younger Menendez brother. Oh, fuck.
Really?
That young one. Well, you saw his picture. You saw his picture.
Yeah.
Did you go over to my? Did you see my son Jake and his best friends? You know they look exactly like the Menendez brothers together, right?
Oh,
show them. Pull up my Instagram and show everybody a picture of Jake and his best friend.
Can Siren or Nikki, can you do that? Are you on your computer?
You're gonna die when you see it.
I could screenshot if they can't do it.
Years old, 18 and 20.
I can't do it.
AJ. Yeah, what is it with serial killers? Like, is that how they lure people in? Is like with their looks? What is it that they're all pretty much attractive?
Kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, I would love to spend the evening with in a jail cell. Jody
Ooh.
Harris.
Fuck her.
I
I can't stand her.
I love her.
See, that's why when people call me a psycho, and they're like, "Oh, you're the psycho, just like these serial killers," it's like a compliment because they're all hot, you know. So I'm like, all right, I'll take it. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
I mean, Nikki calls me a psycho on a daily fucking basis and threatens.
You call me a whore, like introducing yourself to say hello to me.
No, that's when I introduce you to my friends. I say,
okay, that's
this is Nikki and she's a whore.
You do say that when you call me. It's usually ho, whore.
Or I say she's Canadian. Excuse her behavior. She's Canadian.
And I know it was you because somebody signed me up for fucking English lessons and I had to fucking block after like 25 emails.
I swear I wish I would have thought of that first, but I did not.
Somebody has done that on your behalf or something because I just randomly, like daily emails from, it's Duolingo, whatever, I don't know. Every day.
Marissa, I always tease her, kind of like Karen Walker does to her maid on Will and Grace. I'm like, you're speaking really good English today, Nikki.
Yeah.
I will.
Did you find it, Siren? Her Instagram?
Mm-mm.
It's Marissa _ Molly Golightly.
Hold on, I'll go take a screenshot. 1 sec, I'll be back.
I will kill him one day. Marissa, you're right. He will die, and I will be the one to do it.
Good. He deserves it.
You can help me fucking bury him.
No, no. We don't have to bury him. We just have to cut off the bottom of his face, detach it from the teeth, and then cut off his fingers, and then they'll never know what his identity. And then we take the bottom of his mouth. Well, sulfuric acid, in order to get your hands on that. Ugh. I mean, that's a
okay, I'm back. I screenshotted. I found a video you posted of them with some song saying, "Girl, you know it's true." So hold on.
Ooh, I love you. Just mute the music.
Oh wait, I can't hear you guys. Hold on, I'll be back.
Yes, you know it's true. Wait till you guys see this. Even his parents are like, oh my God, they do look like the Menendez brothers.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, we were just plotting your death. But okay.
So I screenshotted her Menendez brother, her son with his best friend. Hold on.
Oh, somebody just booked a session with me.
You streaming?
Oh. Can I have a session with you? What
You got to
What
pay
would
me
be your life
first.
advice to me? What would be your life advice to me right
I
now?
give it to you for free all the time, and you forsaken me.
I will. Love you.
Hey, there's her son on the screen with his best
Love
friend.
you, love you, love you.
Okay, hold on. There, I took a couple screenshots because it's a video you posted of them.
Yeah. You all you have to do
Hold
is
on.
mute it.
But I can't share the screen on my phone, or I would.
Oh.
See, there's another one.
Send me the URL.
It's
Oh,
Marissa
okay.
_ Molly Golightly. I come up very easy.
Hold
Okay,
on, I'll send it.
You come very easy?
I come up very easy.
Oh, you come up very easy. Okay.
For air.
Oh shit. I can't do it. Can you do it, Siren?
Hang on. I'm on the page, but I found pictures of them, but they're all way younger than the one that Robbie just showed. So
Let me see.
They're only
I'm back.
18 and 20.
Siren, I just sent you the link. I just shared the link to the video.
okay,
Play
let's
that one.
see here.
You got it?
Okay, yeah, let me get on my Facebook here.
Let me get on my
It's-
Facebook.
Let me get on my Facebook.
Let me get on it.
Did
Dude,
you
it's
see it?
crazy how Jake, like when I was watching that with Oscar yesterday, your wife swap, like he's like a man now. It's so weird.
He's 6'2".
That's insane because you're like 4'0". Wait, Nikki, how tall are you?
4'11".
How tall
You're
are you, Melissa?
Oh wait, we're not allowed to say that. Matt Rife. Ook, ook.
Aren't you
Yep.
4'11",
See, you're
Melissa, or are you
laughing.
5?
You're laughing.
Yes, I'm a midget, apparently. That's what they're all saying around here. So I used to be 5 feet.
We're allowed to back. Trump said we're allowed to say midget and retard.
Oh,
Well, I always say retard.
that was only in my vocabulary really as a kid. Like sometimes it'll come out, but I don't really say retard. I
I would
say
never say it to someone who, who's special needs. I would never.
right.
But I call things like my laptop or whatever. I'll say it. Or to
I
some
just
people.
say cunt. That's usually my go-to. Wait, what is Solo saying now? Jack of all trades. That Solo chick, seriously, she needs a better hobby besides Robbie. Robbie is her hobby.
Who is it? I don't think I think
Solo, what's her channel? Solo something. I don't know, but she's like Megan VR. She gets triggered very fucking easily and goes on rampages about people she's never interacted with in her fucking life.
I think someone told me once that she was dragging me, and I was like, I don't know her, so
I don't give a fuck about Solo's opinion. She needs to get help for her opioid addiction and mind her own fucking business. Oh, Siren booted himself now. Is Jake going to school in your state, Marissa?
He's going to college, yes.
Nice.
He's going to college, and then he's going to a very impressive school.
Whatever happened to space camp? Weren't you going to come out here for space stuff?
He already finished that.
Oh. What do you think about Katy Perry going to space?
She didn't.
Oh, you think it was a fake thing too?
All such bullshit.
Well, if she did, I find it kind of disgusting that, because that's got to cost millions to fund. So you have people starving on the streets. You have, the economy, all that shit, and you have pop stars flying to space for 11 minutes.
Yeah,
That's fucking stupid.
These people are out of touch. They don't know what it's like to struggle, and they never find any gratification in helping other people. They're just greedy. It's because they have sold themselves to the devil. Elon Musk is not a generous person either. These types of people are not generous people. That's how rich
Did
they
he
rich.
disown his daughter or something?
The trans
Elon
one?
Musk.
Yeah. I
I
thought he
don't know.
disowned one of his kids.
Trans.
Yeah.
Well, to me, when I see celebrities, and I don't give a shit what they're,
No
you know,
frogs allowed.
endorsing or trying to support or raise funds for, but when I see them on commercials being like, please help the animals, please help the people, but they're showing up on the red fucking carpet in a fucking $100,000 fucking dress.
Fur
No,
coat,
bitch, you
whatever they wear.
fucking help them. Yeah. I can't
I remember
stand that kind of shit.
I remember seeing this telethon back in the day, and it was Celine Dion, and she was, I don't know what the fuck, it was some fundraiser, and she was talking about selling coloring books, and I was like, bitch, did you donate? Because
He's
you probably could.
evil.
Celine Dion has stiff bitch syndrome. Or stiff person. Is that what it's called?
Something like that, yeah. I don't.
I don't even think she anymore. They can cure anything.
Yeah,
They can
I
also
think my personal opinion, and this is just mine, I think there's a 100% cure for cancer out there, but it's a
what?
moneymaker. So,
Of course there is. There has been.
yeah. Because what, I mean, honestly, I think in my lifetime, the bills that I've ever accrued that became like overwhelming, it's always medical shit. And the reason they build up is because in my experience, that's why I don't like going to the doctor. I'll go to the doctor for something, and they're like not addressing what I'm fucking there for. They're like sending me to different departments, beating around the bush, and every single time they're charging you for each one of those appointments. It's like they don't want you to get better. They don't want you to be cured because then they're out of business.
Can I tell you
Fucked up.
something really? You're gonna think this is really hard, but you know that I live right in back of Hershey Medical Center, right? It's a teaching
No.
hospital, gigantic. All right, so where I live in Hershey, it's not just Hershey Park and Hershey Stadium and all this other stuff, entertainment. It's like Orlando in a way, but
Hmm.
we have medical, which is a big ass hospital. Everybody on my street and in this neighborhood is a physician, and they all work at that hospital. The girl next door to me got a check for $1.4 million for giving out 600 COVID vaccines. So
What?
she, yep, that was the incentive here. She told me to get it like 3 separate times. Oh, you're sick because you didn't get the COVID vaccine. I'm like, I'm never going to.
Oh yeah, you've never got it like at all, right?
I got COVID. I never got no vaccine.
Right. Yeah, you never got the vaccine.
I
I
got
got Pfizer, I think it was. I don't remember.
wait. Well, you got the vaccination.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing about it is so where I got it in my arm, it's weird because at certain times of the year when the weather gets cold, I can feel the pain in it again. That's not normal.
I got a client whose hair fell out like 4 months later after her vaccination.
Yeah, it's
Everybody responds to it different. It's weird.
Yeah, I've heard of long COVID.
what's
People get
that?
It's just, I don't know if it's a real thing, but people claim that they've suffered like ongoing effects from the vaccines. And
Oh,
there's like Facebook groups, and I joined a group because I don't know, I was just curious, and there's every possible symptom you can imagine. That's what makes me question. I don't know though, because I'm like, now I'm looking at all these
you
things. I'm
get
like, really?
didn't you get the email from YouTube that said we're not allowed to talk about the election results and we're not allowed to talk about the vaccines? You don't remember that? I
I
got
yeah, I think that's like when it was first happening, right? The
yeah.
pandemic. Yeah.
I
See,
got videos taken down. I'm lucky I didn't lose my channel. Videos taken down of the voter fraud.
oh yeah.
It was on camera. in 3 different. But I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. And then they said you're not allowed to. Nope, can't talk about this. Can't talk about that. Yep. We had to actually call it the jab. Remember when we never called it
Yeah.
jab? Yep.
Yep.
And they
See,
should.
I just think it's odd. Like, I'm just thinking because I'm not a doctor or anything, but why would my arm where I got the shot at, why would it ache still, like when the weather gets cold and stuff like that?
You should be more outraged at the fact that when Donald Trump was being inaugurated in January, that same day is when Fauci was being pardoned. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
Nobody says anything.
Well, no, because I mean the media controls everything, you know.
And
it's what
Nazis over here. You can't get away with it on TikTok. You can't get away with it. Everybody's whatever.
That just goes to show how like powerful these people see that like words or people's opinions are. Like what happened to freedom of speech? You could, but you don't see people censoring when they're blaming Trump for all this bullshit nonsense that's not fucking true. That's allowed everywhere. But you say one fucking thing that they don't want you to say, and here comes the censorship.
Yeah, we might as well be living in fucking China.
You know, I do want to go to China one day. Or no, I want to go to Tokyo.
No, I was just in Tokyo days ago.
Yeah, you were telling me that yesterday. Yeah.
I was just in
Are
Japan.
they really, really, really nice to you out there? Because the Asian culture, they're always so kind and polite to me.
If walking down the street, they don't look you in the eye or say hello. But when you're in their restaurant, if you don't speak the language and they don't speak the language, it's a little tough. But
yes.
Absolutely, it's very clean there.
Yeah.
Their fruit, they don't have any of that GMO stuff. Like I got watermelon with black pits, and my friends bring back the black pits from the watermelon. I can't because you can't bring that across customs. It's it's like a $3,000 fine if you get caught.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can't bring stuff over. But their food is pure. Yeah.
Look, Bernie says Bernie has never got the jab and never got COVID.
Everybody responded different. They just put out a new fucking COVID out. It's been out for a couple months.
You know what? I actually should. I have a COVID test. I'm going to test because I had strep throat a couple weeks ago, but I have not been able to get rid of this like cough, and so I should test and see. Maybe I have the new strain of it or something. It could have hit a nerve in my arm, maybe, Bernie. I don't know. I just think it's weird. But yeah, when I had COVID, it just felt like a really bad, it just felt like a cold. It wasn't like terrible for me, but my body ached a lot. I think that was the worst part. Did you find it, Siren? You booted yourself.
Well, trying to open my Facebook crashed my stream.
You bitch.
Well, I know I'm your bitch.
I gotta get off here in a few minutes anyways, though, because I gotta go tan. I gotta look decent for court tomorrow, which I'm sure they're all gonna be streaming it on their little private party. Are you gonna be streaming my court case privately, Marissa?
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna be doing my session, minding fucking business.
Ooh, I like that. Minding my business. That's something rare around these parts.
I have to do a session right now.
Yeah.
Talk. 2 minutes.
All right. Well, I love you guys.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
I'm gonna...
Remember, Shanette?
Bye, guys. Don't do that.
Hi, guys.
Bye, guys.
Do you remember
Love
that
you, Nikki.
mashup? Remember that mashup that one girl did, where it was like a whole big compilation of Shanann going, "Hi, guys."
No. I don't think I've ever seen that.
There was a compilation of Shanann Watts going, "Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi guys," and it was like a minute and a half long. It was fucking hilarious. And that's the thing, like,
Marissa,
what?
before you go, okay, so you're a fan of the Bad Girls Club, right?
Love it.
Okay, so there was this girl. I'm gonna have to find her name. I forget what season it was. I think it was after Miami.
There's a lot of seasons.
I know. There's this girl that was on Bad Girls Club, and she is identical to Shanann. And she was the troublemaker in the house. Like, she was the Natalie Nunn of that season. Like, she was, people fucking hated her, and she pissed them off on purpose. But
Yeah.
I was like, who does she remind me of? But yeah, she looks
All right. I'll talk to you
just like
tomorrow.
Shanann. Love you, bye. Bye, guys. Siren, do you have anything to expose genitalia wise before we go?
Not on stream.
Oh, wow. Are you wearing any pants right now?
Yes. Around my
Okay.
ankles.
Oh, shit. Oh. All right. Well, I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap this shit up. Yes, thank you. I'm not really worried. I mean, hopefully they don't reschedule again tomorrow. That's been the most annoying part. So hopefully it just goes smooth. I have a meeting with my public defender like right beforehand. She's supposed to call me again today, but she is not. They're really busy. Like, getting a hold of your public defender is so fucking hard. Also, getting a hold of the DA is really hard. So it's funny that people just think they're in direct contact with them, because that's not how it fucking works, especially when you have nothing to do with my case. You know, yeah, I think it'll be okay. I'm just like, I'm just ready to like I moved on with my life. I have no hard feelings towards my ex. I just want like whatever it is, like whatever I gotta like do my time, no matter what it is. Like, I have no problem doing that. I'm actually excited to do that. And if they keep like because they threw the DV part on there too. Because I got what was I arrested for taunting and insults or something like that, but they penciled in DV. So like, I'm kind of excited. Like, if they put me in domestic violence classes, because they'll put me in a gay one, and I think the good thing, I mean, obviously not everybody that's in there is going to have their shit together, but I want to meet, like, of course I meet a lot of great guys on Grindr and stuff like that, but a lot of those people end up like, you know, they like to drink and do drugs and stuff. Not all of them, but I'm excited to meet, if they put me in a class like that, like gay men who stay sober and have no choice but to, and that I can just like meet and become friends with, and maybe even fuck, you know? So I'm really excited for that. You want to meet a violent man? Don't I ever, Sarah. Don't I ever. It's kind of my streak. My luck, I'll meet like a serial killer. But, you know, that'll add some excitement into my life. That'll give people something to truly talk about on this platform. Oh, by the way, before I go, let me show you guys. I ordered these things. So my house smells amazing all the time. Like, all the time. Because I always keep this wax warmer. But I ordered these because this is what I do. Hold on. I buy these in bulk because it reminds me of my grandmother. Her house always smelled like detergent. So my house smells like this 24/7 all the time. Gain detergent wax melts. I buy it in the bulk. And so I got extra wax warmers around the house, except I don't put them in my bedroom. Just because I don't want like a strong smell for Trump. Aren't they cute? I put them all around my house, and then I got another one over here in the corner. So it smells fucking amazeballs in here. It's kind of dreary. See the pride flags? Kind of dreary today. A hot serial killer. Exactly, Aurora. Yes, please. So, you're living for the tiles? Wait, which ones? Oh, these ones in the kitchen? Those? Or the floor? Because my floor, that's my kitchen tile. It's kind of like marble-ish. But I love that it's real wood floors. This building was built in the 70s, I think. So it's like, it's not fake wood floors. It's real wood floors. And I am like obsessive with going over my, hold on, I'll show you. So I go on floors with this beauty, and you can refill it with whatever cleaner you want. And like every day, it's like an obsession of mine. I just spray. I put like bleach because I love like bleach smells or like detergent. And I just go over my floors. You spray. And the cool thing about it is I have like tons of these. You just rip them off and wash them, the things that you attach to it. The wall tiles are fabulous. Yeah. I like the tiles in my bathroom. Like, I'm not going to whole shower because my dildo is attached to the wall in there that I don't need. I just wash it in there. I don't even really know why I have a dildo, but I do. So, anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day. Thank you for coming up, Nikki and Siren and Marissa. And I will talk to you guys later. Love you.
Chance. Love.